And we are back on a beautiful Sunday, and what a game it will be today. The Toronto Raptors have been no joke to start the year. As a matter of fact, they're sitting very pretty at second in the East. This is the second night of a back-to-back. Both of those games were on the road, and they're coming off an overtime loss to the lowly Charlotte Hornets. The Knicks have to take advantage of their opportunities tonight. Let's start the show, y'all. We are back. Back like we never left. Who's poppin'? Mark.tv, Big Rud, Ernest Cash, Sharon McLean, now Dimitri. What's poppin'? Sage Mode, what's up, Sage? Susan, of course, what's up, Susan? Appreciate y'all. George Jones, what's up, George Jones? We are back with another Knicks game. We've been treated to plenty of Knicks games as of late. Nice. We had Wednesday, Thanksgiving, Friday, had yesterday off, and now we are back today, Sunday, with another Knicks game. So, we're going to start what we always start, with the captain, Jalen Brunson. Still doing Jalen Brunson things. What do you want me to say about JB? He's coming off maybe his best game of the season so far. It's kind of been under-talked a little bit just because of everything else that went on against Milwaukee the other night. In that game with Josh Hart guarding Giannis and the Josh Hart experience as a whole with the scoring and the rebounding and the assisting and the playmaking and everything just incredible with him. Mikal Bridges continues to dominate defensively here without OG Anunoby. It feels like he's even taking a step up, which is great. I've asked him to take a step up offensively, but he's actually said, you know what, with no OG, I'll take a step up defensively here. So he's not necessarily dominating as an on-ball defender, but getting the opportunity to play alongside Deuce McBride in the starting lineup alleviates the on-ball pressure that Mikal Bridges is required to bring, and now can have him as a roamer, which is probably where he's always been best defensively. Anyway, now hopefully we get a little more offensively out of Mikal Bridges, but we'll get to that, right? So everything's kind of overshadowed Jalen Brunson because we expect Jalen Brunson to just be Jalen Brunson. And on nights where he's not JB, boy, oh boy, do we tend to really look at him and really start to criticize him. But those are very few and far in between. Brunson is being Brunson. There's not much I could say about him at this point in the season. There's not much I'm probably going to be able to say about him as the season continues to go on. Earlier in the year, now, Dimitri, appreciate you with a very generous super chat, my man. Appreciate you. You said, let's go, Knicks. Appreciate you now with your generosity. There's not much to say with JB. There's probably not going to be much to say with Jalen Brunson the remainder of the season, right? Earlier in the year, it was more so talking about the start that he was getting onto, obviously the adjustments he was going to have to make. Mark, what's up, Mark? The adjustments he was going to have to make with the new offense, new retooled bench, different starting lineups now and whatnot. And all that's been great. And he's made those adjustments, and he still looks great. The coaching staff has made adjustments as well. I think one of the most underserved talking points so far of the season is how much adjusting Mike Brown himself has done early in the year. I mean, he threw a lot of stuff at the wall to start the season, and he's peeled some of the things back that didn't necessarily work out. He's talked about playing Josh Hart more. He's talked about playing Deuce McBride more. He's talked about certain rotations and whatnot that have worked out, that haven't worked out, that he's going to go to now, instead of earlier in the year where he was just throwing a bunch of guys out there. Remember, he famously here in New York started MBM. What's up, MBM? Mark said, how you doing, Chevy? Restful weekend? Great weekend. Appreciate you, Mark. How was your weekend, my man? Mike Brown was throwing a bunch of stuff at the wall, trying to evaluate and see what he has in his roster, see what he has in his players. He's kind of settled in with the rotation he has right now, obviously with Anunoby and Shamet out. The Knicks have had to get a little more creative with their rotations. You're seeing a lot more Jordan Clarkson. You're seeing actually a lot more of Tyler Kolek, who himself has actually played extremely well and earned, that's what I'm going to go with. He's earned a spot in this rotation so far. And even after the Milwaukee game, Mike Brown talked about, I got to get Kolek in there more. Like, he deserves to play more. And he's ticked up his defense, and he's playing much better. I think Nick Yak is always in here talking about, like, Why do we just assume Tyler Kolek's a bad defender? He's actually been very good so far, and now we're seeing it in fruition here. He's been very good so far to start the year. He does not have a player graphic because I assume when Anunoby and hopefully Shamet come back in the not-too-distant future, that Tyler Kolek will be the odd man out along with Gershon Yabusele, but we do have a Yabusele graphic. Maybe it's time we make a Tyler Kolek graphic just so we have the opportunity of talking with him. I just don't think he's going to play a ton here as the season goes on and the Knicks hopefully get a little bit healthier. But I've turned this into a Mike Brown entire overview of the Knicks rant during our Jalen Brunson segment because, like I said, there's not much to say about JB. Would he put up 37, just like a calm, easy 37, very efficient 37 against the Milwaukee Bucks? Just made every important shot he needed to make, kept the momentum going, kept them close, extended leads. He did everything he needed to do. Big Rud, what's up, Big Rud? Justice's dad, what's up, Justice's dad? Now we get over to Karl-Anthony Towns, and I'm sure there were a lot of people killing Karl-Anthony Towns for his performance against Milwaukee. Again, a team seemingly he's struggling with to play against so far this year. 2 of his worst games of the season have come against the Milwaukee Bucks. In both games, he was held under 10 points, which is obviously very unlike a guy who averages over 20. But he is getting off to a very poor shooting start overall. He missed a couple of easy layups to start that game. He is not knocking down the 3 at the rate at which we need him to knock down the 3. But he did do a bunch of other things that I thought was important. One, he played as a hub. He did a good job of being a connector and a ball mover. Excellent job of rebounding, of course, as he continues to do all year long at over 12 rebounds a game. But I thought the most important part was that he stayed in the game mentally. We've talked about how it's easy for Karl-Anthony Towns to get frustrated. It's easy for him to commit those dumb, really silly plays, whether it's a turnover or an offensive foul or both of those things at once and all of that. There's always going to be quirks defensively with him where I'm like, he should have been there. He needs to slide over. He needs to be more of a rim protector. That's always going to be there. He averages under less than a block a game. But he made key plays down the stretch in terms of rebounding. He made a big 3 in the fourth quarter, or maybe it was the third quarter, but he made a big 3 in the second half of that game. He stole that jump ball. He stole the tip. That was also a big play. Sealed another possession for the Knicks. I thought he was physical down low against Turner and Giannis in order to help out. And while I wouldn't say it was a good game for Karl-Anthony Towns, I do think he was serviceable. I do think he was okay. He didn't think he was bad. And unlike the first Milwaukee game, where he got very much into his head, got very frustrated, and then commandeered the offense, and it was very, very bad. Sharon McLean, what's up, Sharon? And he turned the entire game upside down by trying to do something that clearly wasn't working as the game went on. And in this game, he knew it wasn't working, and he said, okay, I'm going to trust Josh Hart. I'm going to trust Jalen Brunson. I'm going to trust Deuce McBride, who we will get to, right? And they all came through for him, right? Mitchell Robinson had a very good game, and we'll get to Mitch. But I thought Karl-Anthony Towns, he's been solid so far. Not much to continue to say. The percentages are not where we want him to be, but I will say, these are not going to be here for the remainder of the year. He's going to shoot it significantly better. The three-point shot is going to come around. He's not shot it well at all so far this year. He's had maybe 1 or 2 good shooting games throughout the year. So the three-point shot will come around. It will obviously help with the field goal percentage and whatnot. But when it does, boy, oh boy, will this offense take off yet again. But we're going to get over to not OG Anunoby because he continues to remain. Although we do have something to say about OG. We did get updated with OG Anunoby today. There was an update provided. I believe Ian Begley put it out where he has been cleared for on-court activities. He's doing 3-on-3 scrimmages, 3-on-3 drills with minimal contact. And obviously the next phase will be 5-on-5. And then the next phase will be like full contact scrimmages. And then eventually we'll get a specified date of return for him. So he's still probably maybe another week and a half, 2 weeks out. So, it's been 2 weeks. They said he'll be reevaluated in 2 weeks. That's the reevaluation. He's doing some on-court stuff. I would assume maybe another 2 weeks he'll be back. It's a hamstring thing. Mike Brown also stated, we're not going to rush it. Why rush it? No need to rush it. Right? No need. The Knicks are figuring things out. They're doing very well right now. It's a little bit of a soft spot in the schedule. I mean, they had games against the Nets. They had games against the Charlotte Hornets. They're getting a game against an injured Toronto Raptors team on the second night of a back-to-back, where they played an overtime game last night in Charlotte, which they lost, having to fly over to New York and then play an early Sunday game, early early night, late afternoon, Sunday game against the Knicks. A 6 o'clock start time. Obviously not a usual start time here. But OG Anunoby making good progress. Be on his way back soon. No need to rush it. We get over to Mikal Bridges. And we've changed his nickname from Mr. Invisible to Mr. Consistent. He's remained consistent. He is one of the leaders in the league in stocks, that's steals plus blocks per game. He's over a block and over 2 steals. Continues to be fantastic as a defensive playmaker, defensive disruptor against other teams' offense. He getting to passing lanes. He's picking up big steals. He's getting us out easy 2-point down transition on the fast break by getting these steals and getting these disruptions and these deflections. It's all over the place. Not to mention the 3-point shot is still there at over 40. Field goal percentage is very good. I'd wish he'd be a little bit more aggressive offensively, but with Josh Hart, Deuce McBride playing the way that they are, he can kind of just fall back and fill in the way he normally would with OG Anunoby out there. So I guess it's working out fine. Again, averaging around 16 a game. With Anunoby out, I'd like that to be up closer to like 18, 19 a game. But if it's working out, it's working out. I'm just going to ask a little bit more of Mikal Bridges all the time because I know he can give you a little bit more. But if he's focused, if a lot of his energy is going towards the defensive side of the ball, then I'm fine with it. Because boy, oh boy, has he been very good defensively, especially these last couple of weeks. Almighty Alpha, what's up, Almighty? We get over to Mitchell Robinson. And you would think I wouldn't have much to say about Big Mitch, considering that he has now been sent back to the bench. Not sent back, but he is now coming off the bench for the Knicks. They are going away from starting the double big. Although Mike Brown, especially during that Milwaukee game, he still had lineups out there with both Mitchell Robinson and Karl-Anthony Towns. So I thought that was very notable. I thought that was very smart, very good, because when Tom Thibodeau had Mitchell Robinson coming off the bench, he very much leaned away from playing those guys together. They would often sub in and out for each other. And while that still happens under Mike Brown, we always want to see them play together, right? We always want to see that double big lineup. We know Towns is somewhat used to it with his time playing alongside Rudy Gobert. But Mitchell Robinson maybe not as used to it playing alongside another center. Even if you guys may think Karl-Anthony Towns is definitely a power forward, but either way, 2 7-footers, 2 big men out there. Mitchell Robinson was in a little bit of a slump there in the starting lineup. I think that is part of the reason that contributed to him, to Mike Brown deciding he wants to try and switch up the starting lineup and has now sent Mitchell Robinson to the bench, although Mitchell Robinson's still playing the same number of minutes, right? It's just a different way to start a game now. Ron Math chosen. What's up, Ron? Mitch off the bench is better. Yes, that's what I'm getting to, Ron. That's what I'm getting to. I agree with you. Definitely agree with you. Mitchell Robinson was in a little bit of a slump in the starting lineup. And since Mike Brown has decided to change up the starting lineup a little bit, now bringing Mitch off the bench, I think Big Mitch now can start a game, or can start his game when he comes in off the bench, knowing the energy of the game and what he needs to bring to it. Right? And the thing is that I trust Mike Brown to understand how the game is going on and to say, I need Mitchell Robinson's energy right now. Big Mitch, I need you to come into the game and muck it up. Both offensively, defensively, with the rebounding and the lob threat and all of that. I need you to go into the game and give this to me. Right? Whereas Tom Thibodeau was a little bit more stringent, obviously, with his time. And we'll get away with the Tom Thibodeau, Mike Brown comparisons, but it's hard to not compare last year's team to this year's team. Obviously different, so we're going to evaluate the differences. We're about 20 games in. Ron, a.k.a. Jay Chosen, salute to you. Appreciate you, Ron. Appreciate you. But Mitch, since coming off the bench, the energy has been there. The rebounding is returning. The lob threat is there. He's getting and one putbacks. He had a very good game against the Milwaukee Bucks. Please make a free throw, Mitch. I'm just asking for a made free throw. Again, you are one of the only people where I'll actually take 50% from the foul line. You guys know how much I hate missed free throws. I will take 50% from the foul line. I will take you splitting the free throws. What I can take is you not hitting any free throws. So I need Mitch to knock down his free throws. But other than that, I think Mitch is getting back to a little bit of a return to form. Coming off the bench, it allows him to preserve his energy. It also allows him to go up against bench units and bench bigs, where obviously we know Mitchell Robinson's going to dominate them and grab a bunch of offensive rebounds for us. So shout out Mitch. Continue to play well. Again, he was in a little bit of a slump. We know once he gets to the playoffs and the games truly matter, he's going to do his thing. But happy to see him playing well, especially in that game against Milwaukee, because the team is fundamentally different when Mitchell Robinson plays well for them. We get over to Josh Hart. And maybe I took too long to get to Josh Hart today because Josh Hart's been an absolute star. I mean, if we were doing all-star games based off of the last 5 games or so, Josh Hart's a goddamn all-star. I have to update these stats because boy, oh boy, are they on the rise. He's now over 10 points per game. He's over 7 rebounds per game, and I believe he's over 5 assists per game. This man is averaging at least 10, 7, and 5 now, which is ridiculous for a guy who was coming off the bench and then is now obviously in the starting lineup. We'll see what happens when OG Anunoby comes back. If Josh Hart is the guy that remains in the starting lineup, will Deuce McBride remain in the starting lineup? I don't know. It's interesting. They'll probably stay with the Josh Hart starting lineup, but we'll see. We'll see. I don't know. I think whether he was coming off the bench before, because this obviously started before he got inserted into the starting lineup, but whether it's coming off the bench or starting, Josh Hart seems to be really, really comfortable right now in this offense, where earlier in the year that was definitely not the case. Obviously, we know he was dealing with the injuries, but right now, Josh Hart has been a stud. He's been the third star that this team needs with OG Anunoby out with the injury, and boy, oh boy, is he delivering. Also, knocking down threes. He didn't knock it down 3 against the Milwaukee Bucks, which is why it kind of just slipped my mind and we didn't mention it, but he has been knocking down the 3. He was over 4 from 3-point range in the Milwaukee game. But again, in previous seasons, if Josh Hart wasn't going to make his threes, he wasn't going to have nearly as an effective game. He was always going to be somewhat effective and impactful, but he wasn't going to have as effective as a game. And last night was probably the best Josh Hart game we've had in a long time. He's had good games, obviously, but in a really long time, that was one of the top-tier Josh Hart type of performances, both offensively, defensively, rebounding, playmaking. All of the things went Josh Hart's way the other night. It was fantastic. It was fantastic. And I'd like to, and also didn't knock down a 3. He was 0 for 4. He took them, but he didn't make them, and that's the value of taking threes. Because when they do fall down, teams still have to respect you whether or not you're making it now. OKC, what's up, OKC? Right, now we get to Deuce McBride, the unsung hero of that Milwaukee game, by the way. Deuce McBride scored 19 points alongside Josh Hart. Josh Hart had the big stat line with the 19, 12 and 7? Ridiculous stat line. Deuce McBride had just as fantastic and impactful game. Number one, we pointed out literally from the tip, Deuce McBride's full court pressure on Ryan Rollins was fantastic to the point where Ryan Rollins didn't even want to bring the ball down anymore. Deuce McBride brought the energy immediately out the gate, and everybody else on the team picked it up. It was their best defensive performance of the season, bar none. Also, they have the City Edition court out there right now. Beautiful court, beautiful Knicks court. We are in MSG, by the way. I don't think I said that earlier, but we are in MSG. Deuce McBride, fantastic. Like I always say, his 2 most impactful attributes as an NBA player is his defense and his three-point shooting. Everything else is icing on the cake. Playmaking, attacking the rim and knocking down shots. All of that is like icing on the cake. Obviously, I'd like him to be able to do those things, but I need you to knock down your threes, and I need you to be special defensively. And he did both of those things against Milwaukee. He was 5 for 7 from three-point range in the Milwaukee game, I believe. Hit 5 threes, which is like, wow, that's exactly what we need from you. We need a guy to spread it out from three-point range, especially playing alongside Brunson. And now this version of Josh Hart and Karl-Anthony Towns take advantage of those guys' gravity, and then they'll swing it out to you. And he knocked down some contested ones. He knocked a couple down off the bounce. He knocked a couple down off of movement, coming off of pin downs or screens, or just wild loose ball plays, and the ball got kicked back out to him or rolled back out to him, and he knocked him down. Special performance from Deuce McBride that got very much overshadowed by the performance of Josh Hart and Jalen Brunson, but he was just as key as those guys in picking up that victory. I love him in the starting lineup. Oh my goodness, Susan with a very generous super chat. You know you didn't have to do that, Susan. I always appreciate your support. Thank you for your generosity. So this is from the Sheffy crew. Thanks for the courtside seats, Sheffy. Thank you, Susan. Thank you. Thank you for hanging out with me tonight. We get to Jordan Clarkson. Jordan Clarkson, he's stringing together a couple of bad games in a row. A couple bad games in a row for JC, which is, you know, the Jordan Clarkson experience. We know this. We knew what we were getting into when they signed him. Nothing out of the ordinary for Jordan Clarkson. The percentages are dropping. Like I said, he's not shooting it well, not even necessarily playing well. Some dumb decisions, some turnovers, some bad fouls. The defense is really starting to show up as like a little bit of an issue for Jordan Clarkson as the season goes on. But the value is that he's another ball handler who can get to the basket and score. Always going to be valuable, especially on a team that lacks those attributes. Lionel Mona de Blano, is this a Cub game? No, it is not. This is a regular game. We do play the Toronto Raptors in our next Cub game, but that is not the game that we are playing tonight. Not a Cub game. But Jordan Clarkson's still averaging over 10 points per game. Not giving you much else, which is why when the scoring isn't there and the efficiency isn't there, it really shows out for Jordan Clarkson because he's not really giving you anything else outside of that. That's his value to a team at this point in his career, 33 years old, off the tanking Utah Jazz teams. But again, when Ricardo Brathwaite, what's up, Ricardo? When he's not giving you that, I like that Mike Brown is tending to now lean a little bit more on Jordan Clarkson. But you would think that when Shamet and Anunoby are back and the team is fully healthy, that he can lean more on those guys. And if Jordan Clarkson has it, then we can let Jordan Clarkson fly. But when he doesn't have it, you have other avenues to go to, whether it's a Kolek, right now in the rotation, or it's a Shamet when he's back and Anunoby's healthy. And then you have Josh Hart and McBride, and you can go to Deuce McBride a little bit more and whatnot. But again, like I said, his ball handling and the pressure and the fact that he can pretty much get into the paint whenever he wants, it's just the decision he makes and the space he creates to be able to get a shot off, a decent shot off, is the deciding factor right now for Jordan Clarkson. But you get good, you get bad. He's your 7th, 8th, 9th guy in the rotation. So whatever he can give you that night, we'll take it. You just hope it's a good night. I hope it's a good night tonight for Jordan Clarkson because we're going to need him. We're going to need him against a good Toronto Raptors team. But we'll get to the Raptors. Landry Shamet remains out. It was notable. A lot of people on Twitter pointed it out. That Landry Shamet was on the bench, not last night, 2 nights ago, Friday night. On the bench for the Knicks versus Milwaukee. So he traveled with them to Milwaukee. No, it was at New York. My bad. It was a New York game. So he was with them, though, in the Garden. And it was notable that he did not have a sling on, right? If he separated his shoulder, he would probably have a sling on, and he didn't. It was ruled a sprain. It was diagnosed, I should say, a sprained shoulder. Doesn't seem like that's a lie because we know the medical staff can fudge some of the wording sometimes, but it was said that he will be reevaluated in 4 weeks. That was obviously about a week ago now, so we're going to be some time without Landry Shamet. He was shooting the lights out of the ball. Hopefully when he returns, that shoulder isn't too much of an issue in terms of like the quality and the quantity of shots that he was making for the Knicks. But it wasn't just the three-point shooting. It was the defense and the hustle and the energy and all of the things that Landry Shamet brings. K. Hazy, what's up, K. Hazy? The Knicks are definitely missing him in the rotation right now. And it's going to be a luxury when they are going to be able to add him back to it. Shout out Landry Shamet, hopefully for a speedy, healthy recovery. Susan said Shamet's going to need surgery from what I've heard. No, they elected Susan to not go the surgery route. He'll be reevaluated in 4 weeks. And it was notable that he was without a sling on the bench with the Knicks the other night. We'll probably see him on the bench again tonight. And we'll be able to see if he's wearing a sling or not, which I would suspect that he won't be, considering he didn't wear one the other night. We get over to Gershon Yabusele. And Gershon Yabusele continues, very interestingly, have a very short leash. Rel Moose, what's up, Rel Moose? Is that James Sumler? What's up, James? Appreciate you, James Sumler, my man. Angela Harding, what's up, Angela? Mark.tv said they're saying 4 weeks before reevaluation. Yeah, so he'll be reevaluated in 4 weeks. So in 4 weeks, we'll get another update, kind of like how we got an update at the 2-week mark for OG Anunoby. They said he'll be reevaluated in 2 weeks. And so 2 weeks later, meaning today, on Sunday, they gave an update, a reevaluation of OG Anunoby. And they said they didn't give a timetable, but they did say he was doing some light on-court 3-on-3 work. So I would suspect maybe another 2 weeks for OG Anunoby before we see him actually back on the court. Mark L, what's up, Mark? Appreciate you. James, yeah, they changed the way your names appear on the channel. So I didn't recognize you at first, but I did recognize you because you are a channel member and you had the J as your logo. So I knew that was my man James somewhere. Josu, what's up, Josu? Or Hosu? What's up, Joe? But Gershon Yabusele, back to Big Yabu. He very interestingly continues to have a very short leash with this coaching staff. Not sure if he's just not providing the things that the team needs. I thought this was a big offseason signing for the Knicks. I was very excited about it. You guys remember my optimism in the preseason for Yabusele, even though he was getting off to a slow start. And I was like, just wait till he gets it going. And about 20 games in now, he just hasn't gotten it going. It's not going for Big Yabu. I suspect that they will scour the league and see what kind of trade options they have. But as of right now, Yabusele just not giving. He did knock down a 3 the other night, but like I said, he's got a very short leash. He comes in for a couple of minutes, Maybe he does a thing, maybe he doesn't, and then he goes back to the bench. Whether he's doing things or not, he goes back to the bench. So, not getting much from Yabusele. And I wish I had a Tyler Kolek graphic loaded up, because at this point, it's getting interesting to start talking about Tyler Kolek, because he is the next guy up in the rotation, it seems. They're not going to Mo Diawara before they're going to Tyler Kolek right now. I mean, they were, mostly because they were down Shamet and Anunoby, so they needed wings. So they tried Mo Diawara, and he's just not ready. Not ready for prime time. Too young, rookie, too raw. Go down there in the G League, figure some things out. Hopefully he'll be ready next year, maybe later in the year. Who knows? But just didn't seem ready for prime time, right? And a spot in the rotation that they needed him to be ready. He wasn't ready. Same with Pacom Dadie. He seems to be much lower down the totem pole. Didn't even really get an opportunity in the rotation. But Tyler Kolek did get an opportunity in the rotation, and boy, oh boy, is he coming through. He is playing well, both offensively and defensively. He's leading the charge in transition multiple times. Tyler Kolek seems ready to go. Seems ready to be a part of an NBA rotation at some point, whether that's here with the Knicks or another team somewhere, because he is somewhat redundant on this team right now between Brunson, McBride, Clarkson, and then you throw in a Tyler Kolek. They're all similar size and whatnot. James Sumler with a very generous super chat. You guys are being very generous, and I appreciate you guys, man. Thank you. You guys know you don't have to do that, but I very much appreciate it. Thank you for your generosity tonight, James. But Yabusele just not giving us much. Not giving us much right now. Now we go over to Toronto. We got to cover Toronto real quick. We got about 10 minutes before tip-off, but we'll be able to slide on through because Toronto is missing a couple of guys with injury, so we don't have to spend too much time talking about them. But we are always going to start with the best player on the other team, and that is Scottie Barnes. And usually I don't have much to say about the stars of the league, the best players on the team, because it's like, what am I going to say about Jokic that you guys don't already know? What am I going to say about SGA that you guys don't already know, right? But with Scottie Barnes, it's interesting because he's obviously really young. He's on the rise. He's still developing, still figuring out what it means to be a franchise cornerstone guy in the face of a franchise and whatnot. But about 20 points per game, 8 rebounds, 5 assists. I've heard some Raptors people make allusions to the fact that Scottie Barnes is a little bit low-key like a high-performing Draymond Green, right? Like a star version of Draymond Green, as like legit on-ball star, not just like solid star role player and whatnot, but 50% from the field, almost 40% from three-point range. This is on low volume. Don't leave him wide open. He will knock it down. He's not going to take a bunch of them. I understand wanting to dare him to shoot, but he's solid. These are obviously mostly wide open threes as well because, again, teams are going to dare him to shoot. They don't want him in the paint. At about 6'8", 6'9", probably closer to 6'10", with a long wingspan. With how big he is, he's more of a big man at this point. I think he came into the league as a little bit of a wing. He's continued to grow. He's added muscle. I mean, look how big these arms are. So he's probably more of a power forward now, small ball center and whatnot. I have to double check on the height because I think he's much taller than that. Kent Neal, what's up, Kent? John Corley, what's up, John? Appreciate you. MBM said, let's not play with our food. These guys believe in themselves, not on our time. I will say, like we've been talking about, and I've been alluding to constantly throughout the pregame here, is that the Raptors are on the second night of a back-to-back. They played last night at Charlotte. They had to fly to New York here today. So they are on short travel. It is the second night of a back-to-back. And they did play in overtime last night in Charlotte and lost. So I'm sure they're looking for a bounce-back game, but also I'm sure the kind of feeling, the after effects of having to travel and whatnot. So there's that. We'll see how Toronto comes out, what their energy levels are. But in terms of the context, the counting stats are about the same as last year for Scottie Barnes. This is about what he averaged last year in terms of counting stats, in terms of points, rebounds, and assists. The defense has definitely stepped up. 1.4 steals and 1.6 blocks. I mean, I talked about Mikal Bridges being a leader in the stocks category, like a Scottie Barnes go. But Barnes has also stepped it up defensively. Best season of his career probably right now overall. Like I said, he's still young and coming into his own. But you can see right now, they put his official stats up through 20 games, including last night's. 20 points per game, 8.1 rebounds, 5 assists. So slightly up for Scottie Barnes so far. Andre, what's up, Andre? This is live game or just play-by-play? I wish I could show you the game live. I wish I could show you the game, but I'm just going to have to give you the play-by-play, my man. YouTube has taken the stream down before when I've even accidentally showed the game for a little bit. George Jones says, I'm starting to believe Toronto, they're playing well. They are playing well. They are really good, and they will be a playoff team, whether that's through the play-in or one of the top 6 seeds. But they're not the second best team in the East, which is what their record shows right now. We get over to Brandon Ingram, the newest acquisition for the Toronto Raptors. They traded for him at the deadline last year, but he did not play a single second for them because he was coming back from injury. 22 points per game, 6 rebounds, almost 4 assists. The rebounding and assists are slightly down from his time in New Orleans, but Brandon Ingram has been damn good for the Toronto Raptors. He's been a little bit of a revelation for them because they have not had an on-ball scoring guy in a pretty long time. Since they traded Pascal Siakam, they haven't had a guy they can give the ball to and say, hey, man, go get me a basket. And he's doing it pretty efficiently so far as the season has gone on. Almost 50% from the field. Struggling a little bit from three-point range. He's always struggled a little bit from three-point range. Last year was his career high, and he shot at 37%, which is good. But it's not like, oh, wow, yeah, he's definitely a knockdown three-point shooter now. He takes a lot of his shots off the bounce. He leans in a little bit with the shot, like he jumps forward a little bit, which is often a little bit of a sign of an uncomfortable range for a guy like him. He is a mid-range maestro, so he wants to get to that mid-range shot more so than take a bunch of threes, which obviously Toronto is used to, having watched DeMar DeRozan for years. But he's been very good for them. Very smart basketball player. Very efficient for them so far. Again, on the second night of a back-to-back, will he have the legs to go up against this Knicks defense? Will probably be matched up with Mikal Bridges tonight. So we'll see if Mikal Bridges can make him uncomfortable. But he's been very, very, very important for them. The other guy that's been very important to them, they will not have, and that is R.J. Barrett. Mr. Once a Knick, always a Knick. Shout out and salute R.J. Barrett. I'm always going to root for him to do well. Former number 3 overall pick. Thought this guy was going to be a franchise cornerstone for this Knicks team early in his career. Did not work out that way. They eventually moved on. Makes sense. But RJ is probably having the best season of his career. Over 20 points per game, 6 boards, over 5 assists. Woo, my man doing a little bit of everything so far for this Toronto team. 47% from the field, 63% from the foul line. He's always struggled from that foul line. And 35% from 3 is somewhat respectable. It's good enough. It's good enough. You'd like it to be higher, but obviously it's good enough. R.J. Barrett has been solid, and he's actually been the 3rd most important player on this team with his ball pressure, his ability to play in transition, his ability to get into the paint and drive outside of just Scottie Barnes putting his head down and attacking, or Brandon Ingram maneuvering his way into the mid-range. R.J. Barrett actually gets all the way to the basket, for good or for bad, and so far this year has been very much so for good. So R.J.'s been good, but they will be without R.J. Barrett so far this year. We get over to Immanuel Quickley. And Immanuel Quickley is also once a Knick, always a Knick. Salute to my guy, IQ. Always had a feeling that Immanuel Quickley probably wasn't going to be long for the New York Knicks because by the time Immanuel Quickley started to come to fruition, Jalen Brunson arrived on the team. And so it was like, okay, they kind of play both. They both kind of play the same position. So unless Immanuel Quickley's comfortable being a 6th man for the remainder of his career, I don't think he's going to be long for this team. And lo and behold, he was not long for the team. Now, I'm always going to salute IQ, talk very highly about the Knicks organization, same with RJ, and I will always respect that, unlike some other former Knicks who went away and were like, brr, they didn't give me the opportunity I deserved, which I could also understand. But at the same time, I always like when a guy leaves the organization, it's like, you know what, salute to that organization. Didn't necessarily work out, but they did right by me. And I think the Knicks did right by Immanuel Quickley and RJ. They gave both of these guys an opportunity to shine. RJ going back to his home in Canada, not necessarily from Toronto, but going back to his home in Canada and playing for his home team. Same with Immanuel Quickley. He wanted an opportunity to be a starter. Send him to a team without a point guard. Immanuel Quickley's running away with this starting point guard thing. Started off the year extremely, extremely slow. So much so that many Toronto fans wanted Immanuel Quickley's head on a stake and shipped off to another team. AP, what's up, AP? Doug Fresh, what's up, Doug? Kame Dendeguru, what's up, Kame? OG puts the team over the top against the Raptors, but the fool's still hurt. Can't. Injuries happen, my brother. Injuries happen. But Immanuel Quickley is absolutely running away with Oda. What's up, Oda? My man, Oda. Doug Fresh said RJ's not playing. RJ is out tonight, along with the guy we're going to talk about next. But Immanuel Quickley started off the year extremely slow. Toronto fans very upset with him, but he's starting to come around. 15.5 points per game, 5 boards, 6 assists, doing a little bit of everything, similar to RJ. These Knicks, they learned well. 45% from the field, and it's obviously on the rise since a slow start, and 36% from three-point range, hovering around 37% now. as he was also really struggling to start the year. For the first week of the season, he was shooting 6% from 3-point range. So obviously that was going to change, but he's starting to play one out. Quickly still needs to prove that he can be a lead guard. It's obviously something that Toronto fans take exception with Emmanuel Quickly. He's not necessarily a point guard, but he's learning to be a point guard. He has point guard qualities. He's more of a shooting guard with point guard skills, and so he's learning to be more of a point guard, more of a leader. Getting better at it, I will say, having watched him the other night. He still struggles when to involve his teammates and when to look for his own shot. Self-creation isn't a top skill yet, and I actually think it's better that with more talent that he plays, that he's actually a better point guard, because it just allows him to take a backseat with the scoring. Okay, I don't have to be a scorer. I can just make sure everybody else does their thing, and then I'll fill in the gaps when the ball swings to me. He's a better connector than he is setup guy. So playing alongside, bringing in Brandon Ingram, playing alongside Scottie Barnes, and then when RJ's healthy, playing alongside RJ, he kind of slots in very much so into the fourth guy, which I think is the best situation for him to be in offensively. Nick Yag, what's up, Yag? Glad we got McBride over Quickly. They're both solid. McBride is a much better point of attack defender, and I think that's kind of the most important spot for the Knicks. But they're both good. Quickly is a better ball handler, has more point guard skills, is more of a point guard than Deuce McBride, and I do think the Knicks really struggling with a point guard. But both of those guys were solid. I'm not mad that we at least got a guy to step in the role that Emmanuel Quickly was filling in before. And maybe we would have seen a better version of Emmanuel Quickly if he had gotten the opportunity to play on the Mike Brown instead of Tom Thibodeau. Because we know he does not love utilizing the bench. And we're getting ready for the tip-off here. So real quickly, we're going to get to Grady Dick. Grady Dick has been weird. With a retooled, healthier roster, Grady has seen his minutes slashed by about half. As a result, his production and his efficiency has dipped. Not good efficiency, not good production. And he's only playing about 15, 16 minutes a night now. Jakob Poeltl is out. Knicks don't have to deal with him. He's a rim-running, classic, rebounding big. Knicks don't have to deal with him, so Karl-Anthony Towns should thrive. Ochai Agbaji's not getting a ton of minutes either. He's not getting a ton of minutes either. So not a great season for Ochai Agbaji so far. We're coming off of the tip-off right now, so I'm kind of running through it really quickly. But Ochai Agbaji is the odd man now. He's the Gershon Yabusele of the Raptors. Colin Murray-Boyles is their high lottery pick rookie, and he is just a high-motor dude who comes in, he snags rebounds, he spreads the court. He's not a high-volume three-point shooter, but he can knock it down if he's wide open. Rudy Pooty, what's up, Rudy? He's been great as a rookie, but he's just he comes in and he gives them things, and if it's good, it's good. If it's not, they don't have to play him. They'll lean more on their starters. Jacoby Walter, as I did not put a picture of Jacoby Walter, but Jacoby Walter was supposed to be a guy who stepped up this year as their sixth man, and that sixth-man role was available. He just has not taken it. And one more guy we should talk about is Jamal Shead. Jamal Shead is their Deuce McBride. He comes in off the bench. He knocks down threes. He's their point-of-attack defender. He's a pit bull. He's small at about 6'1". Jamal Shead is really good. Like I said, their version of Deuce McBride. So the Knicks are going to have to watch out for him when he comes into the game. With that being said, Sandro Mamukelashvili. I forgot about Sandro. Oh, my goodness. We know about Sandro Mamukelashvili here on the channel and as Knicks fans because he torched them last year. Was it last year with the Spurs? Hopefully he doesn't do that tonight as he's not going to get the start. James Battle is going to be in the starting lineup. So the Raptors starting off really small. They're going to put Scottie Barnes on Towns. With that being said, that is going to wrap up our little pregame rundown. We had to run through the Toronto Raptors bench a little more quickly than I wanted to. I wanted to talk about Sandro Mamukelashvili a little bit more. But we are here ready for the tip. So here we go. Everything's set up. Everything's ready to go. Boom, boom, boom. And here's the tip. The Raptors win the tip, and here comes Quickly. Quickly gets it over to Barnes. Barnes over to Battle. Battle's in the game. He's being guarded by Towns. I guess he's playing their center right now. He's very much an undersized center. Like I said, Toronto's going small here. Ingram has it up top. They get it over to Quickly. Quickly back to Ingram. Back to Quickly. Quickly coming to his left. Being guarded by Bridges. Interesting. They get it in the corner. Battle left corner three. Can't get it to go. Battle on the offensive glass. And that is, that Jacoby Walter with the tip in. Nick's got to get on the boards, man. Get on the boards. Jacoby Walter with a start in here for RJ. And then James Battle is in the start for Jakob Poeltl. Towns has it up top. Being guarded by Barnes. Quickly coming over for the steal. Picks it up. Hits Josh Hart in the middle of the lane. Swings it out. Bridges. Pump fakes from 3. Gotta take that 3, brother. Good closeout from Battle. Bridges takes him off the bounce and gets the scoop layup to go past Battle. Like to see that. I do like to see that. Quickly bringing it down against McBride. He has it up top. Get it over to Ingram. Bridges jumps the passing lane. A sloppy play for Quickly. McBride an open 3. Can't get that one to go. I want to Deuce McBride to continue that hot streak. But here comes Toronto pushing the other way. Walter attacking Brunson off the bounce. Puts it up off glass. Can't get it to go. He's looking for a foul call. He doesn't get it. McBride with the rebound. He's pushing the other way. McBride settles for a pull-up 3 as nobody steps up. And he rattles that one in. There we go. Deuce McBride up on the board early. Love to see that. Love to see that. Confident. Missed the first one, but I'm still going to take that second one. Bridges guarding Ingram. He blows past him with some beautiful dribble moves, and Bridges forced the foul to not give him the easy layup. So Ingram will go to the foul line for 2 free throws here. Just that said, got the floor configuration you like, Sheffy? I do like it. Student said first quarter, the rhythm-making quarter, for sure. The feel-out quarter. Ingram misses a free throw. We love when our opponents miss free throws. Love it time and time again. We'll never not love it. Always puts a smile on my face. Ingram does at least knock down the second one for his team, and the Knicks will bring it down. 5-3 early, 10:30 to go. Bridges has it up top, gets it over to Brunson. Brunson being guarded by Walter. Brunson coming to his left, off a town screen. Stops, turns, steps back, mid-range jumper, can't get it to go. Long rebound. McBride knocked it into the air. Brunson able to pick it up, goes under the basket, circling around, has Ingram on him, pulls it all the way back out, up top to Josh Hart, back to Brunson. 1-on-1 against Ingram, driving to his right, in the lane, steps through, kicks it out. McBride, another open 3, line me up again. Deuce McBride, 2 in a row. 2 in a row. He had to get the miss out early to make sure he was nothing but net on that one. 8-3. Jacoby Walter on the left wing, gets it over to Barnes. Barnes settles for that mid-range shot, nice in rhythm, and he got it to go over Josh Hart. You would like to dare Scottie Barnes to take jump shots all night long. He knocked that one down right there. Brunson has it up top, being guarded by Jacoby Walter. Hands it off to McBride, and Emmanuel quickly ran right into Brunson. And then Quickly and Brunson have a funny banter. They laugh and smile at each other. Very cute, very adorable. Love to see that. Just that's a Deuce still got it. Yes, he does. Mark.TV, Deuce for 3. My man Deucey. They get it into McBride. McBride hands it off to Brunson. Brunson coming to his left, off a town screen. Walter trying to battle through it. Brunson has a lane, drives it down, throws up the floater. Off the back rim, can't get it to go. Towns comes flying in the battle for it, but knocked out of bounds. Got to get Towns a touch here. Game's gone on too long without Karl-Anthony Towns touching the ball. We're running good offense. No need to break the offense, but we gotta make sure we run a play here to get Towns a nice, clean look. Battle has it up top. They get it over to Ingram. Although Towns is not much of a first quarter guy, right? Towns is usually a second quarter guy. Ingram misses the mid-range pull-up jumper. Hit ahead over to Bridges. Bridges up top to McBride. McBride over to Brunson. Brunson on the right wing. Being guarded by Walter. Jab step, driving to his right. Step back, pump fake, steps through. Gets blocked by Walter. Battle for the loose ball. Josh Hart able to pick it up. Sprays it out to McBride. McBride at right corner 3, line me up. Deuce McBride, 3 threes in a row. 3 threes in a row. My man cannot miss right now. Barnes has it up top, being guarded by Josh Hart. It's 11-5. They get it over to Battle, now over to Barnes. Barnes being guarded by Hart. Coming to his left, pocket pass to Battle for an easy slip dunk. Beautiful pass from Barnes. Beautiful pass. Josh Hart hands it off to Brunson. Brunson back to Josh Hart. Josh Hart pump fakes, driving to his left. Over to McBride. McBride blows by quickly along the baseline, shovels it out to Bridges, a right corner 3, and the Knicks is coming up all roses from 3-point range so far. McHale Bridges out of the right corner. Deuce McBride out of the left. Everything going in right now for the Knicks. It's a 7-point lead. Barnes trying to answer a 3, and he does just that, rattling in straight away. Like I said, they're going to try and dare Scottie Barnes to knock down 3s all night long, or knock down perimeter shots. He's knocked down his first 2 perimeter shots. Jason, what's up, Jason? Bernard Johnson, what's up, Bernard? Towns has it, high post, right wing, being guarded by Barnes. Barnes a good defender, but Towns has the height advantage here. Towns steps back for a 3 now. He's open, off the back rim, can't get it to go. Battle for the rebound. Battle has it. Battle for the rebound, and Battle pulls it out, of course. Quickly has it up top. Gets it over to Ingram. Ingram being guarded by McBride. Back to Quickly. Quickly coming to us right up the screen. Attacking. Inside pass to Barnes. Gets knocked out of bounds by Bridges as he couldn't pick it up. And so the Raptors will retain possession here. 14-10. The Knicks getting off to an incredibly hot start from three-point range. They've already hit 4. And it's a good sign for the Raptors. But the Raptors are still in it. It's only a 4-point game. Ingram out of the inbounds. A baseline jumper. Can't get it to go. McBride snatches the rebound. Quick outlet to Josh Hart. Josh Hart putting his head down, attacking. Stops. Out to McBride. Catches. Pump fake. Sidestep 3. Another one. Oh my goodness. It's a Deuce McBride night. He's going for the three-point record. I don't care. I don't care. I do not care. Deuce McBride already with 4 threes. Quickly driving it in against Josh Hart. Gets the ball knocked out of his hands, and it's out of bounds off of Josh Hart. I don't know why Josh Hart's so upset. That's very clearly off of him. So a 7-point lead for the Knicks, and Deuce McBride has 4 made threes already. I love it. First 5 minutes of the game, 4 made threes for Deuce McBride. They throw it in. Barnes saves it over to Ingram. Great play from Barnes to save that from being a turnover. Now Ingram has it in the post, kicks it out to Quickly. Quickly a straightaway 3. Got open, can't get it to go though. Good box out and rebound from Jalen Brunson. Here comes Brunson bringing it down now. Gets it over to Towns, back to Brunson. Brunson coming to his left. Pump fakes. Over to McBride. McBride gets it into Towns. Towns, high post, right wing, backing down Barnes. Blows past him. Barnes goes for the steal. Loses the handle, picks back up, throws up the right hook, and he got it to go. And he's looking for a foul call. He's not going to get it, but it's a 19-10 game right now, and we get a full timeout from the Toronto Raptors. Want to talk a couple things over. It's already a 9-point lead, and the Knicks are not missing from three-point range right now. So this is danger territory if you were the Toronto Raptors, because the Knicks are threatening right now to run away with it. Sadu Barry, what's up, Sadu? Yvette, what's up, Yvette? RPX, what's up, RPX? Towns now up on the board. His second shot of the game. First one was a 3. I've been kind of saying I want to see Towns get involved a little bit more tonight, but usually first quarter is not his first quarter for sure. Not his quarter for sure. It's usually the second quarter. Because we usually start the second quarter without Jalen Brunson, and so start of the second quarter is like, okay, Towns, you're on the court, you're the leader of the offense, do your thing. I like shoes, what's up, I like shoes? Angel A1's Roman, what's up, Angel? I like shoes, said, I was saying this at the beginning of the year, that Deuce could have his breakout year, and it looks like this could be the start to it. I hope, as much as Josh Hart has been incredible, he's been incredible. I hope Deuce McBride is the guy that remains in the starting lineup when Anunoby comes back. Because it's obviously going to come down between Deuce McBride and Josh Hart. I hope it's Deuce. Because Deuce is the point of attack defender that this team doesn't necessarily have. Because as good as Mikal Bridges is as an off-ball defender and as a help defender and all the things, he's getting blocks, he's getting steals and whatnot. And he's been very good on ball this year for the most part. I like Deuce McBride applying pressure in the backcourt, forcing guards to turn and spin, and forcing teams to just start in awkward spots, start their offense in awkward spots, and start it not as quickly as they normally would like to. Deuce McBride is fantastic at that. I don't necessarily love asking Mikal Bridges to do that, so I would like Deuce McBride to remain in the starting lineup. This is a conversation we're going to have in 2 weeks when Anunoby comes back, because he's still not back yet. But Joel Palin, what's up, Joel? Isaiah Gardner, what's up, Isaiah? He missed the game a little bit. It's been a solid start. Deuce McBride's already got 12 points. He's 4 for 5 from 3. He missed his first one, then made 4 in a row. Nick Yak said, my son McBride making me proud. He might be taking this Emmanuel Quickly matchup personally because he's obviously the guy he took over for in the rotation when Quickly got traded. McBride was upgraded to the backup guard spot, and then he ran away with that role. Ran away with it, right? Given the opportunity and has not looked back. So Deuce said Deuce is like Lou Dort from OKC. He's a much more consistent shooter than Lou Dort, but he's obviously smaller, and Lou Dort's one of the best defenders in the league, even if he's playing football out there. Doug first said, we need the hype playoff time. Well, you can still sub guys in, right? And in certain matchups, you don't have to be beholden to one starting lineup. If the matchup calls for it against a really big team like Houston or whatever, then you don't have to start Deuce McBride because the value of him applying pressure in the backcourt isn't as prominent as it would be if you had Josh Hart out there for the size or Mitchell Robinson or whatever, right? So you don't have to be beholden to starting lineup, but I think the natural go-to starting lineup we should go to is with Deuce McBride. Here we go. We're back into it. Jamal Shed has it up top, attacking to his right, blows by the defense to the lane, and gets the scoop layup with the right hand to go. Went right past Deuce McBride. And like I said, both of those guys are kind of looking into a mirror of each other. Brunson has it up top, being guarded by Walter, and they get it over to McBride. McBride being guarded by Shed. He's applying some pressure, and they get it over to Josh Hart. Josh Hart being guarded by Mamukelashvili. Josh Hart hands it off to Brunson, coming to his right. Step back three for JB. Oh my goodness, everything's coming up for the Knicks. They can't miss. As a team, they cannot miss. And the Knicks have now taken a 10-point lead, a double-digit lead. The first of the game. Hopefully for the remainder of the game, they can keep this. Barnes has it, steps back, crosses over to his right against Towns, stops, turns, spins, throws up the lefty hook. Too strong, can't get it to go. Good box out and rebound from Josh Hart. Hart bringing it down left side of the court. He's going to put his head down, attack, Euro steps, leaves it off for Towns. Towns going up, gets the nice finger roll layup to go. It looked like he wanted to come in for a big right-handed hammer, but Mamukelashvili was there and he said, let me not force it. Let me just make sure I get that finger roll to go in, and he got it. Ingram coming to his right for screen. Trying to sting it back to his other hand, gets caught in the air, leaves it off beautifully for Mamukelashvili for a nice easy layup. Beautiful manipulation there for Brandon Ingram. Drew the defense in and left it all for his guy. So here come the Knicks. 5:20 to go here in this first quarter. Brunson has it up top. Being guarded by Walter. Quick crossover, gets into the lane, kicks it out to Josh Hart. Josh Hart back out to Towns. He's going to quickly put up that three and come up short on it. That three still eluding Anthony Towns right now. It will fall eventually. They get over to Barnes in the left corner. Now back up top to Walter. Walter shovels it over to Ingram. Ingram being guarded by Bridges, coming to his left on the screen. They show two, pulls it back out. He's got no open lane, steps back for a three as Bridges left him. He almost shoots up an air ball. It was such a wild careen off the rim that Josh Hart slipped right out of his hands. Barnes able to pick it up. Cross-court pass over to Walter. He's going to set his feet and fire from three. Can't get it to go. Josh Hart with the rebound. And they get it over to Brunson, quickly trying to push the other way. Brunson quickly attacking, blows right past Barnes, who played with the left hand. Got it to go beautifully off glass. Oof. Oof. And the Knicks are getting whatever they want right now. Barnes bringing it down. Tried to hit the no-look pass to Mamukelashvili cutting down the middle of the lane. And they say it's off of Towns, and it's going to remain with the Raptors, when that looked like it was very clearly off of the Raptors. And I think the refs reconvened, and they said, no, it hit Mamukelashvili after Towns made contact with it. So the ball will be rewarded back to the Knicks here. 26-14. Knicks with a 12-point lead. And the Knicks will bring it down. Jamal Shed is now guarding Brunson, and Grady Dick has subbed into the game. McBride has it up top and dribbles it off his own foot, trying to do too much. And now here comes Grady Dick, one-on-one against Brunson, down the lane, scoop play with the right hand, got it to go. Grady Dick, like we talked about in the pregame, struggling so far this year, not getting the same opportunities he was getting last year. Josh Hart up top, crosses over to his right, driving it down, slips and falls, saves it out to McBride, now over to Bridges. Bridges kicks it out to Brunson. Brunson driving it down against Shed, leans in, pump fake, bumps, little fall away baseline jumper, got it to go. Knicks still holding on to this double-digit lead. It's 12, vacillating between 10 and 12 right now. Ingram has it on the right wing, dancing with it against Bridges. Stops, turns, spins in the lane. Bridges slapped at the ball and looked like it got a block, but nope, he got contact on the arm as well, so it's going to send Brandon Ingram to the foul line for 2 free throws. Show me the replay. Oh, that's the Brunson shot. Don't want to see that one. We know what JB can do. Kwame Robinson, what's up, Kwame? It's the battle for the second place positioning tonight. True. If the Knicks win tonight, they will take full control of that second place. Right now, both teams tied in the loss column. Toronto at 4-6, New York at 12-6. Ingram at the foul line, he knocks down his first one. He's got another one coming. Robinson and Clarkson subbing in here. Towns and I believe Josh Hart to the bench. No, Bridges to the bench. That's right. Bridges is one of the first substitutions, which is obviously a difference with Tom Thibodeau, as he would very much lean on and rely on Mikal Bridges to play like 40 minutes a night. But Mikal Bridges is the first sub out of the game. And Yabusele also subbing in here. So 3 substitutions for Mike Brown. Deuce McBride now also coming out of the game. So we've got Robinson, Yabusele, Brunson, Hart, and who else was the other guy? Clarkson. Larry, what's up, Larry? You're a good commentator. This is my second time listening to you in a row. Appreciate you, Larry. Appreciate you, man. We will be live again tomorrow. So keep coming through, my man. I like having you in the chat, Larry. Brunson has it up top, dancing with it around him. A Robinson screen, coming to his right. Shed sticking with him. Good, like I said, Jamal Shed, the Deuce McBride of Toronto. He's a very good defender. They get it over to Josh Hart, hesitates from 3, tries to kick it out to Yabusele, gets knocked out of the air. They get it back to Brunson with 5 on the shot clock. He's got to make some magic. Brunson 1-on-1, and they call a foul on Colin Murray-Boyles, shoving Yabusele as he tried to slip a screen. So side out of bounds for the Knicks, but they do get 14 put back up on the shot clock. Brunson gets it into Yabusele, goes baseline, goes up strong, gets the layup to go over Mamukalishvili. That's the Yabusele I wanted. By the way, Ingram did miss his second free throw. Forgot to mention that. He's missing free throws so far. Jamal Shed bullying his way down the paint, gets blocked by Clarkson. Get that out of here. I was talking down about Clarkson's defense, but here he comes, trying to prove me wrong early in this game. His first possession here on defense, and he gets a nice big old block on Jamal Shed, who saw raw meat. He was like, I could take him to the basket. He saw candy out there. You get it over to Ingram, quickly coming to his right down the lane, flips it up at the basket, can't get it to go. He's looking for a foul call. He's not going to get it. Robinson able to secure a rebound. Good fight from Yabu and Hart to keep it alive. And now here comes Brunson. Clarkson bringing it down the other way. Has it on the right wing. Pull up 3. No, hands it off to Josh Hart at the last second. He's going to hit a pump fake and drive it all the way to the rim for a two-handed slam. Colin Murray-Boyles and Mamukalishvili were too concerned with boxing out Mitchell Robinson because they thought Josh Hart was going to shoot it off the pump fake. And so they both turned and looked at Mitch and they said, keep him off the glass. And it opened up the lane for Josh Hart after the pump fake to get all the way to the rim for a two-handed slam. See, that's the value of Mitchell Robinson right there. That's obviously not going to show up in the box score in any capacity. He just drew 2 defenders away in a half-court set. Right? That's gravity right there. Normally you see gravity with three-point shooters. That's gravity right there as a rebounder. Takes 2 people to box me out. K. Hazy said Clarkson wants another DPOG. I wasn't a big fan of the post-game kind of celebratory stuff. Never really been a big fan of it. Other teams do similar things around the NBA. The Knicks have this like defensive player of the game tradition that they have. But I wasn't a big fan of it. I've never really been a big fan of those types of celebrations. Just because it's like, it's a regular season game. No need to celebrate too much. But it's also about having fun. Kevin Patrick Hogan, what's up, Kev? Nice to see you. It's been a while. It has been a while, man. I like seeing you in the chat. Happy to see you again. Reddy, what's up, Reddy? Happy to see you too, Reddy. William Luna, what's up, William? Jakob isn't playing tonight. Jakob Pertl is out tonight. He was listed out with rest. Take that what you will. He's listed out with rest. So they started, is it James Battle or Jameson Battle? I feel like it's Jameson Battle. I should check that. I should make sure I get his name correct. There are also a bunch of games going on around the league that we can check into as the night goes on. Celtics taking on the Cavs. Cavs not doing too well. Celtics also not doing too well, but the Celtics, we at least expected that. Cavs still yet to find their rhythm and their form here. What are we checking out? What is Battle's name? I think now I'm thinking it's Jameson Battle. It is Jameson Battle. I know my NBA players, I'll tell you that. Isaiah Garner said Raptors not looking like Raptors good. No, look, we talked about it. We talked about it that they where am I going? I'm going over here. We talked about it that they are coming off the second night of a back-to-back. Right? They played last night in Charlotte. Now they're in New York. So both back-to-backs on the road. As Knicks fans, we had a couple of those last year, so we know how detrimental they can be to your rhythm and whatnot. So the Knicks should be able to take advantage of it. Also, no Jakob Pertl, no RJ Barrett. They should be able to take advantage of it, and I like that they are dominating the game so far. Obviously, all the shots are going down for them, and that's nice to see, but the defense is also looking solid, and Toronto looking a little lackadaisical out there. Not lackadaisical, but they're looking a little slow. They're looking like this is the second night of a back-to-back, and both games were on the road. The vibe they're giving me, which the Knicks absolutely need to take advantage of. Here we go, checking back in. Also, let me make the game full screen. Why am I watching it on that small screen? There we go. Mamukalishvili gets it over to Quickly coming to his left. Step back, baseline jumper. Josh Hart, good contest, can't get it to go. Robinson snags the rebound and hands it off to Brunson. And here comes JB. 32-17, and a 15-point lead is already opened up for the Knicks. Brunson gets trapped, saves it out to Josh Hart. Cross court over to Clarkson. A left wing three has been off. And welcome to the party, Jordan Clarkson. Once Deuce McBride opened up the floodgates, now everybody's knocking down shots, which you love to see. Jordan Clarkson's been struggling from the perimeter, so it was nice to see him knock down a three-point shot there. Jamal Shed driving it down, leaves it off up top. Mamukalashvili, boy oh boy, is that nightmarish. As Knicks fans, we know what that man can do from three-point range. He killed them last year when he was with the Spurs. Mamukalashvili has it up top. Good ball and player movement here for the Raptors. It ends with Jamal Shed settling for a three. Can't get it to go. They get over to quickly. Pump fake, one dribble in. Still can't get the three to go, and the Raptors can't knock anything down right now. And here comes Josh Hart bringing it down the other way. It's an 18-point lead for the Knicks. Hands it off to Clarkson, dancing with it against Grady Dick. Coming to it right off the Robinson screen. Throws up the three. They say, never mind. I thought they were going to call a foul. They didn't call a foul. Here comes quickly over to Mamukalashvili, putting his head down, attacking Robinson. Reverse layup for him. Can't get it to go. Robinson with the rebound. And now here comes Brunson. Brunson bringing it down the other way. 1:20 to go. Dancing with it. Coming to it right up the Robinson screen. Brunson in the corner. Clarkson. Another one. Line me up, Jordan Clarkson. Like I said, once Deuce McBride opened up those floodgates, this game is threatening to be over after the first quarter. And this is exactly, and I forgot to give the Knicks their previous three. This is exactly what the Knicks need right now. Right? They came off a big win against the Milwaukee Bucks. They get a tired, lethargic Toronto team coming into their building tonight, and you need to absolutely take advantage of it. You need to beat down on the teams when you have the opportunity to do so, because this Toronto team is good when on proper rest with their full slate of players available between Pirtle and Barrett and RJ Barrett. Outside of that, on short rest, both games on the road, coming into the Garden, playing a really good in-rhythm Knicks team with a ton of confidence after that Milwaukee win. This is exactly what the Knicks should be doing. They already have a 20-point lead. 21 here, 31-17. They are also threatening to put up another 40-point quarter here. Sudu Berry said 43 quarter. Mark said, let's wrap this up early, y'all. Yep. Okay, so they put it up on screen right now. The NBA Cup quarterfinal game will be the Knicks versus the Raptors, and that will be on December 9th. It is an 8:30 start time. My man Larry, what's up, Larry? Go Knicks, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Knicks are steamrolling right now. And here come the Raptors. Jamal Shed up top, being guarded by Clarkson. Gets it over to Mamukalashvili. There was another timeout by the Raptors, by the way. Quickly steps back, gets it over to Shed. Shed back to Quickly. Driving to his left on Robinson. Leans in, throws up the shot. Got it to go, and the foul. Foul on Mitchell Robinson. Just that said the old NBA was better with 40-point halves, though. I mean, yeah. Yeah. When, like, 3 players could competently dribble, pass, and shoot. Quickly knocks down his free throw. And as I was going through I was making the player graphics and going through the stats, it was a little sad to see Emmanuel Quickly struggling a little bit from the foul line. He's under 80% from the foul line. When he was with the Knicks, he was always above 85. So just a really brutal start to the year for him. Brunson driving it down, kicks it out to Yabusele, a corner 3 for Yabu. Way to join the party, and everybody getting in on the action right now from three-point land. They cannot miss. So Quickly gets a and one floater, put 3 points up on the board for the Raptors, and the Knicks quickly answer with another 3. And a travel on Quickly. He got into the lane, stumbled his feet. With 35 seconds to go, the Knicks will bring it down. Trying to add on to this 21-point lead, 41-20. Brunson bringing it down, coming to his left. Loses the handle, picks it back up. Grady Dick comes behind and knocks it out of bounds, so it'll remain with the Knicks, though. With 28 seconds to go. Nick Yak said McBride, bunch of threes. Mitch, bunch of rebounds. Now need Kolek to pop. Yeah, I mean, everybody's getting on the action, so I'd like to see Kolek have a good night tonight. I'd like to see the rookies. By the rookies, I mean Diawara and Dadier. I'm just going to assume he's a rookie again because he's not having the second year that I'd hope he would have, or the jumper that I hope he would have, but Brunson tried to hit the pocket pass to Clarkson, who tried to slip the screen. Jamal Shed gets it over to Colin Murray. Boyle's out on the fast break, and he gets an easy two-handed slam. 12 seconds to go. Brunson's going to bring it down, and the Knicks will have one more opportunity here. Brunson up top. Pulls it back out. Gets it over to Clarkson. Clarkson open for a right wing 3. Can't get that one to go. Robinson the offensive rebound, though. And then tried to get it out to McBride. But that will be the end of the quarter before McBride can get the shot off in time. And everything, like, what analysis do you want from me? Everything is working for the Knicks so far. Everything. And nothing is working for the Toronto Raptors. So that's how this game is going. Chi-Chi, what's up, Chi-Chi? Is Cat part of Brown's rotation? I don't know how to answer that, Chi-Chi. You know the answer. You know the is. King Free, what's up, King Free? Just Dad said the highlight of Game 6 with the Celtics all standing under the rack randomly in the lane. Oh. yeah, the highlight we watched, I don't know, a couple of weeks ago now. It's a hilarious highlight. It's a hilarious highlight. I love 80s basketball. I love 90s basketball. It's just not as good as modern basketball. It's not. You got to have respect for all that stuff, but let's not kid ourselves. This is the best basketball has ever been. So the games we have tonight, Cavs playing the Celtics. That is a close game. We will keep an eye on that one because obviously that has East Coast implications. The Knicks look like they're on their way to slaughter the Raptors, but you never know. You never know. We'll keep an eye on the game, obviously, as we're going to watch the entire thing all the way through. 76ers taking on the Hawks. This one will also have nice, solid implications on the Eastern Conference here, as both of these teams are hovering around that top 6 marker. Obviously, a lot of expectations on for the Hawks. 76ers, not that bad. We tried to watch the 76ers game and they got destroyed by the Orlando Magic, so they're on my list of stay-away teams for now. We'll get back to watching 76ers for an actual good basketball team so we can evaluate them. Same with the Hawks. Hawks without Trae Young are really elevating themselves. It's going to be interesting to see what kind of decisions they make as they continue to build out that team. Are they going to move forward with Trae Young, or are they going to look to move on from him? Very interesting. Leeway, what's up, Leeway? You think Mitchell might try a 3? Mitchell Robinson? There's no other Mitchell in this game. Mitchell Robinson? Brother, no. Mitchell Robinson has never taken a 3 in an NBA game. If you want to see Mitchell Robinson shoot a 3, check his Instagrams, check his Snapchat. When he's in the gym by himself, he's putting up them 3s, but not during an NBA game, I'll tell you that. Karen said Dadier played in today's G League game, and from what I saw, I did see the highlights of that game, Karen. He looked solid. He looked like he could be an NBA-level player. The confidence on the NBA level, though, just for whatever reason is not there for me. We used to see this back in the day with Deuce McBride. Deuce McBride, before the Knicks made the Anunoby deal, and they had a team full of guys, and McBride was not a part of the rotation. They had Quickly, they had RJ and whatnot, so McBride was not a part of the rotation, but he was playing down in the G League. McBride would go down there and just dominate, like it wasn't even close. But once he got his opportunity and knew that he was going to be a part of the rotation, he started to play much better. So maybe that's the similar situation with Dadier so far. Towns driving it down, has it at the foul line, kicks it out as we're here in the second quarter. Coming to his left off a Town screen, step back, pump fake, gets it over to Kolek, rollicking down the rim, kicks it out to Josh Hart, right corner 3 at the buzzer. Josh Hart can't get it to go, battle for the rebound, good box out. And now here come the Raptors running down, and Colin Murray, his second straight fast break dunk. And like I said, the game not over yet. It's down to 17. Knicks need to be able to respond here. They get it over to Towns. Towns being guarded by Barnes. They show 2. Towns steps through, goes up, gets blocked. Kolek right there, and he lays it up and in. Towns looking for a foul call. There's a lot of contact down low between Barnes and Towns right now. And then the Raptors quickly turn it over. Kolek picks it up. Kolek immediately comes to the game and starts to make an impact immediately. And now here comes Towns, spots up for a 3, comes up short. Again, 2 threes in a row for Karl-Anthony Towns is coming up short. They throw a home run pass. Kolek tips it off. You're not going to pick on me defensively. That's what I'm talking about, Tyler Kolek. They leave it off of Clarkson. Coming to his right. Down the lane. Euro steps through. Puts up the floater. Got it to go. And the Knicks are, like I said, getting whatever they want. The lead quickly back up to 21 here when Toronto started to turn up the nozzle on defensively a little bit. And the Knicks quickly snuffed it out. Led by Tyler Kolek. Colin Murray Boyles over the top. McBride comes up with the steal. We're not allowing you to run easy offense on us. McBride over to Kolek. Now over to McBride. McBride gets it over to Towns. Towns up top. Hands it back off to McBride. Coming to his right. Now gets it back to Towns. McBride cutting back door. They get it over to Josh Hart on the right wing. Coming to his left. Josh Hart's going to step back for a 3. He hasn't knocked one down yet. But there it is, baby. Don't duck under my screens anymore. I'm knocking it down. 24-point lead for the Knicks, the largest of this quarter. Murray Boyles has it up top, the rookie. Over to Barnes. Barnes is looking to answer with the 3 over Hart. They're going to dare him to shoot, and that's the second 3 for Scottie Barnes, who is now 3 for 3 on jump shots tonight. So the Knicks obviously want to dare him to shoot it. He's going to oblige, and he's going to continue to knock it down so far. Clarkson has it, gets double-teamed, pulls it back out, hands it off to McBride. McBride hesitates from three. They get over to Kolek. Kolek over to Josh Hart. Josh Hart hesitates, steps back for another three. Comes up short on that one. I would have popped off hard for Josh Hart. Another off-the-bounce step-back three. I love that he's confidently shooting it, though. Quickly crosses over, gets it over to Barnes. Barnes, another three. He's trying it. Comes up short, but he gets a nice friendly roll. He gets it to bounce over the front and gets it to drop down. That is 3 for 3 for Scottie Barnes. It's an 18-point game, 48-30 with 9:30 to go. Kolek has it up top, swings it over to Hart. Hart has it up top, hands it off to McBride. McBride on the right wing, pump fakes, back up top to Kolek. Kolek, back to McBride, jab step, one dribble pull-up three. Deuce McBride comes up way short on that one. And now here comes quickly pushing the other way. Quickly has it up top, coming to his left. Pump fakes, gets it over to Barnes. Barnes is going to try another one. He's feeling himself. Oh, my goodness. Scottie Barnes said, I'll put the whole Raptors team on my back, baby. He said, I'm not trying to get blown out tonight. It's down to 15, 48-33. 3 straight threes for Scottie Barnes, who's now 4 for 4. 4 for 4 from three-point range, 5 for 6 from the field overall. All 5 of his made field goals have been long jump shots, right? The 1-3 that it wasn't was just a long 2 on a face-up. Scottie Barnes up to 14 points. McBride up to 12. Josh Hart with 5, Towns with 4, Clarkson with 8, Kolek with 2. Just that's a good timeout. I mean, when the guy makes his 3rd straight 3 in a row, it's a very good timeout. Yeah, good timeout. Slow him down. Mug.TV said, oh, wow, guard Scottie. I mean, they are guarding him. That last one that he took was a very audacious, like, 28, almost 30-footer. You know, and Josh Hart, like, the game plan should not change. You're going to dare Scottie Barnes to shoot it. I know he's shooting almost 40% from three-point range, percentage-wise, but he's not a very good shooter. Although maybe he's like, you know what, I am a good shooter, and you guys are just going to have to learn tonight. Maybe he is. Maybe he is. Who knows? Nixon. What's up, Nixon? 3 straight made threes for Scottie Barnes. Maybe he does just have the Midas touch tonight from three-point range, so you might just have to change up your game plan and guard him a little bit differently. I would say make him. If you were going to lose because Scottie Barnes is going to hit 8 threes tonight, then that might just have to be the case. But I don't think that he's going to continue to shoot it this well as the game goes on. Maybe you apply a little bit more pressure. 2 of them have been absolutely wide open. One of them was a deep one, and then another one was pretty lightly contested, pretty decently contested for a guy who's not a very good three-point shooter. But he's clearly just feeling himself right now. The pressure is off because it's just, all right, we're down 24 points. What am I going to do? I'm just going to start launching threes. I'm open, so I'm going to launch them. Chi-Chi, what's up, Chi-Chi? Who should the Knicks get for Cat, AD, Monk, Ingram, Miles Bridges, Vucevic, Portis, Brook Lopez, Gordon, Bataze, Isaac? Since fans want Cat traded. I don't know who these fans are, brother, but they're not very intelligent fans. Anthony Towns is not going anywhere during the regular season. If we want to talk about trades, we could talk about like maybe a Yabusele, maybe a Kolek, maybe a Diawara and a Dadier. Like none of the star players, none of the starters and main core rotation guys are getting traded in the middle of the season. In a season where you're going for a championship, brother, it's not happening. So no, I don't think they should trade Anthony Towns, and I will not entertain trade talks for Anthony Towns because I think it's silly. I think it's a waste of time. Yak said this might be Barnes' best shooting year. He had a good shooting year last year from three-point range. From the field, it was only like 45-ish%. This is his best efficiency overall of his career from the free throw line, from the field, and from three-point range. Kolek bringing it down now. Let's see how the Knicks respond. Kolek has it up top after 3 straight Scottie Barnes threes. Don't give the Raptors team confidence, and Kolek almost throws it away. Kolek talking to his teammates about what kind of offense we want to see ran here. Gigi said, I mean, they want Cat out so bad. I want to see who's making the team better. Nobody's making the team any better than Anthony Towns is already making them, brother. And I don't know who these people are, but you're talking to a loud minority of people. Josh Hart has it up top. Knicks fans overall don't want Anthony Towns traded. They get over to Clarkson. Clarkson back to Josh Hart. They're trying to get it to Towns. Barnes doing a good job of fronting him. They're showing help on the backside. Josh Hart forced to put up the 3, and the Knicks offense is sputtering right now. Settling for a lot of bad looks. Quickly, dancing with it, coming to his left, driving it down, gets caught in the air, kicks it out to Grady Dick. Driving to his left, pulls it back, Mid-range pull-up jumper over Clarkson, created the space, can't get it to go. Battle for the rebound. Colin Murray Boyle was able to grab it. They get it back out quickly for a three, and he knocks that one down. And 4 straight threes for the Raptors have pulled them back within 12 here. Game is not over yet. Corey, what's up, Corey Thorne? Towns has it up top, pump fakes, pulls it back out, hands it off to McBride, coming to his right, driving it down, stop, turn, spin, pump fake, leans in, kicks it out, Clarkson, wide open left corner three, line me up, can't get that one to go. Now the threes not falling for the Knicks, and the Raptors getting out and running. It's a 4-on-2 fast break. Barnes gets caught in the air and leaves it off for Ochai Agbaji, who lays it up and in, and it is a 10-point game. Got to bring the captain back in. Kolek hands it off to McBride. 14-0 run for the Raptors. It was a 24-point lead, and the Raptors said enough. Towns has it up top, being guarded by Barnes. Towns gets it over to McBride, coming to his left off the Town screen, driving it down in the lane at the foul line. Pull up mid-range shot, got it to go. Way to end the streak, Deuce McBride. Okay, now you just got to build the lead back up. Bridges also at the scores table now. Quickly has it up top to get over to Barnes. Barnes coming to his left, stop, turn, spin. Directing traffic, coming to his right off the screen. Towns picks him up, crossing over to his left down the lane, puts it up off glass, can't get it to go, battle for the rebound. Towns knocks it away from Colin Murray Boyles, who has been a high motor dude right now tonight. Hart tried to hand it off to Clarkson, gets knocked away. McBride able to pick it up, and then Clarkson gets tied up, able to rip it away from quickly, dancing with it, gets it over to Josh Hart, down low to Towns. Towns gets grabbed, and a foul on the floor on the entry pass. Just under 7 minutes to go. Ram Jam, what's up, Ram? Lana Mona said, no lead is safe. Knicks going for another run. Yeah, no lead is safe. No lead is safe. Now, look, they made a big run. They got it down to 10. Pull them back out. get your horses back in. Now you're going to have to work to extend the lead again. Don't allow this to get back to single digits. We talk about the comeback humps all the time. You get it to single digits, you get it to a one-possession game, and then you take the lead. Don't let them get over that first hump of getting it to single digits. 12-point game. Brunson fakes the handoff, step back right wing three after just subbing in. Can't get it to go. Long rebound, quickly able to grab it. Now here comes Emmanuel quickly, bringing it down the other way. Has it up top, being guarded by Josh Hart. Quick crossover, throws the lob, and Agbaji with a one-handed slam. Beautiful manipulation there from Emmanuel quickly. Drew the big and Karl-Anthony Towns over, threw the lob up, and it's back to 10. Don't let it get to single digits, Knicks. Bridges has it up top, being guarded by quickly. Hands it off to Josh Hart. Gets it over to Towns, swings through to his left, puts it above glass, can't get it to go. And a late foul call on Barnes is going to send Towns to the foul line for 2 free throws. Complaining works. Complaining works. Towns going to the foul line for 2. MBM said, answer the run, we're not losing this. Every team worth their salt will make a run during a blowout, especially when the Knicks put up the lead as early as they did. Every team worth their salt will make a run. So there's your run for Toronto. Now you need to snuff the run back out as Towns misses a free throw, man. Come on. Come on, Towns. I predicted a good game from you tonight, and you are not delivering. You are not delivering for me. Yeah, except if Cat isn't scoring, Mitch was grabbing every rebound. Yeah. Yeah. I would, with Toronto going small, because they're out Jakob Poeltl, I would be interested in the double big lineup tonight and seeing what damage that can do against this Raptors team. Because we already saw earlier the Raptors were committing 2 players to box out Mitchell Robinson and led to a wide-open dunk for Josh Hart. So having him out there with Karl-Anthony Towns may alleviate some of the pressure that Towns is facing defensively. They're showing multiple bodies to him. Beautiful passing from the Raptors. They swung it around the perimeter, then hit Mamukelashvili cutting to the rim, and he gets fouled by Karl-Anthony Towns, so he's going to go to the foul line for 2. We got Mitchell Robinson and Yabusele sitting at the scores table right now. Angela Harding said, Coach Brown better sit Towns down. Mark said trade him. You're not trading him, brother. David, what's up, David? Is Cat struggling again? A little bit. Elizabeth, what's up, Elizabeth? What happened to the lead? Toronto making their comeback here. Making their comeback. And they're on the verge of knocking it back to single digits, back to 9. Towns and Josh Hart sub out. Dom Anthony. What's up, Dom? Cat, in my opinion, will be traded in the offseason. He's really not solid daily. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. This is an offseason question. They will not trade him in the middle of the season. So it is an offseason question that will be asked. And so we'll talk about it at the end of the season. But not during game, whatever this is, 20 or whatever, 19, 18, whatever it is. Clarkson has it up top, being guarded by Ingram. Driving to his right, pulls it back, in the corner to Bridges. Quick catch and fire from Mikal Bridges. Off the back rim, can't get it to go. Robinson battling for the rebound, gets it knocked out of his hands by Mamukelashvili. Here comes Jamal Shed bringing it down. Shed, cross-court pass. Baji in the corner, pump fakes, gets it out to Mamukelashvili. Gets it over to Colin Murray-Boyles. Now they get it over to Ingram, being guarded by Clarkson, backing him down. They show two. Step back, inside Murray-Boyles, and he lays it up and in. Mitchell Robinson came over for the help a little too far. Ingram threw the pass over the top. Robinson got to get your hands up and not allow them to throw that pass easily over the top like that. And it is a 7-point game. Brunson has it up top, being guarded by Jamal Shed. Crosses over to his left, driving it down. Through the contact, puts up the floater, can't get it to go. Robinson with the tip, can't save it, but Bridges is able to grab it. And get it over to Clarkson, coming to his right. Crossing over to his left, down the lane, pass fake. And they hit Clarkson with a travel. Just under 5 to go. Mark said we've gone cold. They've gone very cold. Toronto waking up a little bit here, especially defensively. One of the better defensive teams in the league. $41 points in the first quarter, only 10 through 7 minutes here so far. Ingram has it, pump fakes, driving to his left, kicks it out to Jamal Shed, pump fakes, gets it over to Mamukelashvili, extra pass to Ingram, an open three. Robinson comes flying out, he comes up short. Rebound right to Murray-Boyles, inside to Ingram against Yabusele, goes right through his chest. And an offensive foul on Brandon Ingram. Refs were a little late to call it, but an offensive foul on Ingram. Good job from Yabusele to step in there. Lowered the shoulder there. MBM said some panic too easy. Raptors are a formidable opponent. They are. But you can't give up a 24-point lead in one quarter. At least make them battle for it. Yabusele an open right wing three. Can't get back on track. Robinson the offensive rebound. They get it out to Brunson. Brunson puts it up. He comes up short as well. Murray-Boyles finally gets a rebound. Here comes Mamukelashvili putting his head down, attacking. Euro steps down the lane. Gets the scoop layup with the right hand to go. And if you're Jordan Clarkson, you got to step in there and take the charge, brother. He was too scared to take that charge. It's a 5-point game. Toronto is right back in it. It is now a basketball game again. Clarkson has it on the right wing, being guarded by Ingram. Clarkson coming to his left, being guarded by Abaji now on a switch. Leans in, puts up the floater, can't get it to go. Robinson battling on the glass for it. No one down there to help. Here comes Ingram pushing it the other way. Ingram driving it down. Robinson knocks it out of his hands, and it'll stay with Toronto. It goes out of bounds. Bernard said, unbelievable. This is not happening. It's a combination of the Knicks going ice cold, Toronto turning up the heat defensively. And Scottie Barnes got them rolling. With those 3 made threes in a row. And then quickly followed it up with a made three. So 4 made threes in a row. That's 12 points immediately off the lead. Got the Knicks backtracking. Went ice cold. Toronto gained some confidence. That's how it goes in the NBA. Can't let your foot off the gas pedal. That's why we always talk about you got your foot on their neck. Don't let them back up. Mamukelashvili fires a three. Off the back rim, can't get it to go. Josh Hart with the rebound. He subbed back in. We're out there with Brunson, Hart, McBride, Bridges, and Robinson. Bridges gets it over to Josh Hart. Josh Hart hands it off to McBride. McBride gets it over to Bridges. Bridges up top, back to McBride, quickly attacking in the paint. Throws up a high floater. Can't get the floater to go. Mamukelashvili with the rebound. Good defense from him to rotate over and make that floater more difficult for Deuce McBride if they blew by the defense initially. They throw it down low to Ingram, catches it, got the size advantage over Brunson, tries to kick it back out. Josh Hart, good hands, comes up with the steal and the pass out. Josh Hart driving it down, gets it over to McBride. McBride at left wing three in transition. Off the back rim, can't get it to go. Robinson, another rebound, saves it over to Josh Hart, kicks it out to Brunson. They show 2 defenders to Brunson. But now they leave him, puts up the three, comes up short. Robinson knocks the rebound loose, and McBride able to pick it up. Robinson is just all over the glass right now. They shove it over to Robinson. He can't get the dunk to go. Good defense from Mamukelashvili. Maybe a foul, didn't matter. Bridges an open three, and we finally got one to go. We finally took the lid off the basket, y'all. Finally. Mitchell Robinson just saving possession after possession after possession on that one. Jamal Shed has it up top. They get over to Ingram. Coming to his left. They show 2. Kicks it back out the shed, over to Quickly. Quickly puts up the three over McBride. Too short, can't get it to go. Josh Hart, great box out and rebound over Scottie Barnes. Now he's going to push the pace, put his head down, attack, stop, turn, pivot, loses the handle. Shed picks it up and a foul on Josh Hart. Come on, big Josh. Come on, big Josh. He's looking at the ref for a foul call. He's saying they grabbed my whole arm. That's what knocked the ball loose. We're going to get a full timeout from Toronto here. Ram Jam said, Robinson, the rebound king. Mitchell Robinson's been credited so far with 6 rebounds tonight. He has saved far more possessions than that. And they showed the replay. Yabusele with a nice block on the Mitchell Robinson dunk. Clean block. Clean block. It looked like a foul. It looked like a lot of contact on the arm, but that was a clean block from Yabusele. Just that's a Josh Hart with 5, 6, and 7. I mean, that first quarter, most of those were off of Josh Hart passes. Mark said, nightmare quarter so far. They're sitting with an 8-point lead right now. It has been a nightmare quarter. You're right. But they're sitting with an 8-point lead right now. If they can go into halftime with a 10, 12-point lead, obviously it's not 24. The lead would have been cut in half. But with a 10, 12-point lead, I think if I told you before the game started, hey, we'll have a 12-point lead at halftime, I think we'd all go like, okay, it's a good Raptors team. All right, we'll take 12-point lead. That's great. So I'll think of it that way. Obviously, having a 24-point lead cut down to 5 is not what you want to see. But let's see how they end the quarter. They have about 2 minutes and 20 seconds to go before we get to the end of the second quarter here. They're sitting only with 13 points right now. 41 in the first, only with 13. Toronto scored 22 in the first, 24 in the second. So their defense has picked up, but also the Knicks just can't buy basket for whatever reason so far here in the second quarter. DJ Punchy said, I bet if I had Barnes down for any threes, he would hit not one. So it's your fault, DJ Punchy. You should have put money on the Barnes threes. I'm playing with you, of course. I'm playing with you. But that is usually how it goes. Student said, see, now you have to understand the importance of Mitchell Robinson. He's having a fantastic game so far. He's doing the things he does extremely well all the time. He's rebounding the heck out of the ball. How many offensive are his 6 rebounds? I'd say maybe 3 or 4. I'll go with 4. I think 3 or 4 is the easy way out. Mitchell Robinson off the bench with 6 total rebounds and 2 of them, only 2 of them offensive. Only 2 offensive, 4 defensive for Mitchell Robinson. But he has saved so many possessions. There was one possession, he wasn't credited with a single rebound, but he knocked the ball out of the air multiple times and allowed Josh Hart and then Deuce McBride to pick up, and Mikal Bridges to pick up the offensive rebounds because of him. Yak said Brown will bring in Cat now. I would be interested to see Cat and Robinson together tonight. I think that would be an interesting lineup with how small the Raptors are. So they put the three-point shooting up on the screen right now. They were 9 for 14 in the first quarter, and they're 2 for 13 so far here in the second quarter. So you giveth and you taketh. You have to be able to find other ways to be effective offensively when the three-point shot is not going down. And their three-point shot's not going down here in the second quarter. So you got to find other ways to score. Here comes Scottie Barnes bringing it down. Barnes has it up top. They get it over to Yabusele. Hands it off to Ingram, dancing with it against Bridges. Pulls it back out. Crossing over to his left off the screen. Over the top pass to Mamu in the paint. Nice pivots. Lays it up and in with the right hand. Here comes Jalen Brunson bringing it down. Towns is in for Mitchell Robinson here. Hands it off to Bridges. The starting lineup back in to end the quarter here. Hands it off to McBride. Gets it over to Brunson. Pass fake. Coming to his left, being guarded by, is that Walter or Baji? Brunson, a step back jumper. Got it to go. And gets fouled by Jacoby Walter. From a distance, Baji and Walter look too similar. But that was Jacoby Walter who fouls Josh Hart. Who fouls Jalen Brunson. Now Brunson will go to the foul line for one more. Bernard Johnson said, those are big rebounds for Mitch. We need those for sure. For sure. Even the ones that aren't being credited as rebounds. He's saving multiple possessions. Jason said, I need Cat to show up versus a solid team tonight. I give him a hard time because I want him to be great. Got to play defense and stay involved no matter how his offense is going. Absolutely, perfectly put, Jason. Completely agree. You got to find ways to be impactful even if the offense is not going your way. Brunson knocks down his and one free throw. Yabusele has it up top. They throw it over to Barnes. Swings it out to Walter. Pump fakes, driving it down. Loses the handle. Brunson able to pick it up. Now here comes Brunson bringing it down the other way. Brunson gets it over to Josh Hart. Josh Hart gets it over to Bridges. Bridges back to Josh Hart. Back up top to Brunson. Brunson quickly over to Josh Hart. Lane wide open. Euro steps down. Gets the layup to go. Knicks back up by double figures. Back up by 11 here. Okay. Okay, like I said, going to halftime with a double-digit lead, and I'll be somewhat satisfied. Barnes dancing with it, has it at the foul line, kicks it out to Ingram. Ingram driving to his left against Bridges. Now driving to his right. Stop, turn, fall away, gets fouled, and one for Brandon Ingram. Not a good foul for Mikal Bridges, slapping at the ball there. Ingram able to get the little fall away jumper to go anyway, and it will send him to the foul line for one more. Just that's a triple-double incoming for Josh Hart. He is sitting with 7, 8, and 6. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. He's on his way. You just need the assist in the second half. If only the Knicks could knock down some more threes in the second half. They were on fire in the first and then ice cold in the second. So if they can average that out to actually making a decent amount of threes, just a regular 40 to 45% clip from threes. 45 is high. 40% clip from threes in the second half. The Knicks should be able to obviously pull this one away. As Brandon Ingram misses his third free throw of the night. Love when our opponents miss free throws. Every single time. Brunson has it up top. Being guarded by Walter. Brunson has it up top. Ingram switched onto him. They show a double team. They get it over to Clarkson. Clarkson with the pass fake. Now gets it over to Josh Hart. Wide open left corner three. They're going to leave him open. He's going to oblige taking the three. He can't get it to go. McBride skying over quickly, battling for the rebound. Out of bounds. Off of McBride. They're going to give it back to Toronto. McBride signaling to the bench that he got grabbed on the arm and they should challenge it. They're not going to use their challenge there on an out-of-bounds call at the end of the first half here. Oh, Mike Brown looked like he did want to challenge after checking with his coaching staff, but it was too late. Refs are no longer waiting for coaches to look at their benches anymore. So quickly has it up top being guarded by McBride. Quickly he's going to dance with it, wind down the time as much as he can, get a good defensive stop. 9-point lead is not the double-digit lead I wanted, but I'll take 9. Step back, inside, Barnes, an easy layup, and he got it to go. Not what I wanted to end the quarter there. Great manipulation from Emmanuel quickly. Josh Hart's going to rush it down, throw up the heave. The half-court heave, can't get it to go. And so a 59-52 halftime lead for the Knicks comes in at only 7. The Knicks only scored 18 points in that second quarter. In combination of just going absolutely ice cold from the perimeter, Toronto turned up the heat defensively. And the Knicks really struggled. Really struggled. The Knicks at the start of the quarter immediately got the lead up to 24. Tyler Kolek was ubiquitous everywhere. He came up with a steal, down transition, picked up a couple assists, got to the basket, knocked down a layup, and was like, hey, look, we're hooping. Even Tyler Kolek's coming in, and we're playing well. And then the rest of the third quarter happened. Towns has not been able to get anything going. We'll go through the box score. He's only got 5 points tonight. He's 2 for 6 from the field and 0 for 3 from three-point range. Continues to struggle here. Just that said, I'll take a 7-point lead. I mean, I'll take a lead. Right? I'll take it. It is a lead. But we're leading by 24. So Tommy Anthony said not a good sign. Not a good sign. Not a good sign for sure. Buffalo Joe, my man Relic. What's up, Relic? Just that's a 19 in the second. Not optimal at all. Joe said, I told y'all Tyler could play. You did. A lot of people did. I was not as a believer in Tyler Kolek. I believe that he could be solid eventually, but he's been better this year than I thought he would be for sure. Doug Fresh said we should be up more. They should be. Michael Rogers, what's up, Michael? 18 in that second quarter is not what you want to see after that explosive first quarter. But we also have to take into account the Knicks did not really miss from 3 in that first quarter. They were bound to come down to earth eventually. I think the frustrating part is you only put up 18. You should at least put up like 25. Like 25 should be a bad quarter for you. And in combination, like we talked about, ice cold shooting and Toronto turning up their defense, they're one of the better defensive teams in the league so far in the early season. So, but if we go through it, it really just hung on the back of Scottie Barnes just saying, screw it. This is what stars do when Scottie Barnes is announcing himself to the league as the years go by as a legitimate star. This is what stars do. The team was struggling. They needed some sort of energy or effort to come out. If Scottie Barnes just hung his head and said, we're going to get blown out tonight, second night of a back-to-back, we're tired, all of that, Toronto continues to get blown out tonight and the game is over. But Scottie Barnes was like, nah, come on, man. Give me that ball. Let me launch that thing. They're giving me space. Let me see if I got it tonight, right? And guess what? He had it tonight. 4 for 4 from three-point range for him. He ends up with 16 points. 2 rebounds, 2 assists for Scottie Barnes. So not doing much of the other stuff that he normally does. We'll see if he gets a little bit more active in the second half there. But, I mean, he has 16 points, and then nobody else has more than 8. I mean, Yabusele came off the bench with 8. A lot of those were off of drop-off passes. They were getting into the lane and handing it off to their guys. So he was good, but quickly with 6, he's 2 for 6. Walter with 2. Battle with 2. Ingram with only 4. He's 1 for 6 from the field. The Knicks should have been able to take advantage of that if Ingram has a better game so far. A game more accustomed to what his averages say. Toronto is either tied or they have the lead at this point, and it's a much closer game. Right? Karl-Anthony Towns with only 5 points. We talked about his struggle so far. 2 for 6 from the field, 0 for 3 from three-point range. I said it earlier. I put it in the chat before the stream even started. I expected Karl-Anthony Towns to be able to feast tonight with a much smaller Toronto Raptors team. Scottie Barnes is doing an excellent job on him. I'll give him credit for that. But Karl-Anthony Towns should not be able to be guarded this well by Scottie Barnes. Obviously, they're fronting him and whatnot, but he should still be able. He's got no rebounds. So this is also an issue. This is also an issue, right? Especially when Mitchell Robinson comes in off the bench and he grabs 6. So you should need to be finding other ways to contribute to the team other than your scoring. I get it can be frustrating coming off of a bad offensive game against the Bucks to now come into a bad offensive game against the Raptors. Where are you, Big Towns? We need you, buddy. Come on, right? Josh Hart, 7 points, 20 minutes, played a ton in that first half. Had to come back in because of the run that they were going on, so I somewhat understand it. 8 rebounds, 6 assists with the 7 points. He's on triple-double watch, which is great and all, just as long as the Knicks win the game as well. Mikal Bridges, 3 for 4 from the field. He's knocked down 2 threes. Great, cool. Get a little bit more active. We're going to need some more scoring help here tonight as the shots are not falling from the perimeter as much as we'd like them to be. Brunson with 10 points, 4 for 11 from the field, is not the level of efficiency we're used to seeing from Jalen Brunson. 1 for 4 from three-point range. Not knocked any threes. McBride got his off going early. 4 for 5 from three-point range to start the game. He missed his first one, hit his next 4, missed his next 2. So, Deuce McBride has already given us pretty much usually what he gives us from the perimeter. 14 points from him. He's our leading scorer, which is obviously not going to hold up as the game continues to go on, or maybe it will be. Who knows? Yabusele, 6 minutes, 5 points. Thought he was solid. Maybe we'll see a little bit more of Yabusele. A little bit less of Jordan Clarkson, who is 2 for 5 from three-point range and 3% from the field for 8 points. But in combination with the defense, the lack of rebounding he brings, he's got no rebounds, 1 assist, and a turnover. Maybe a little bit less Clarkson, a little bit more of Tyler Kolek, who I liked what he brought. I'd like to see Tyler Kolek maybe play alongside of Jalen Brunson when you sub out McBride. Maybe go to Kolek before you go to Clarkson, but I understand why he's leaning on Clarkson with the scoring and how bad that second quarter was scoring-wise. I understand why he was out there. But Mitchell Robinson, in his 7 minutes, grabbed 6 rebounds and saved multiple possessions outside of those 6 rebounds as well. He's only credited with two offensive rebounds, and he has battled and saved far more than just 2 rebounds. He was all over the place. He was very good. Defensively, still not as impactful as he normally is or has been throughout his career. But he's been better than Karl-Anthony Towns. But I would also like to see Robinson and Towns tonight in the lineup together, just also because of the fact that the Raptors are small. Like, beat them up. Beat them up. Do what Houston does. Like, don't resort to the small ball that Toronto is doing. You need to dictate the fact that, okay, well, we're going to need Yabusele out there for his size and his rebounding. Go to the double bigs. Go to the double bigs, even just for a stretch, just to check it out. In the second half here, we'll see. I don't like that I did that. Do that. All right, well, we're going to have to adjust that later. Let's go around the league. I never liked the cat trade. I was never a Karl Anthony Towns fan. But now that he's wearing a Knicks jersey, I don't spend my time being upset about it. He's wearing a Knicks jersey, so I'm going to root for him. Like, what do you want me to do? Be upset about it all day? Wearing a Knicks jersey, brother. I'm going to root for it. If I didn't like it, I'd stop watching. So we have the Celtics-Cavs game going on. Celtics taking a 7-point lead. Cavs continue to struggle. If you were the Cavs, we also had a game that ended already, but is an irrelevant game for us Eastern Conferencers. 129-101, Rockets over the Jazz. This was an expected outcome. Rockets blew them out. Jazz suck. Rockets are very good. One of the 3 best teams in the league. Maybe 2 best teams in the league. But outside of that, we have a bunch of Eastern Conference games here. Earlier, Hawks 76ers, close one at halftime. Celtics Cavs, close one at halftime. Raptors Knicks, close one at halftime, unfortunately. AB said, Houston's having a great season, even though they lost their star point guard. Is he a star, though? I don't know if star point guard's how I would describe him. He is a point guard. And they don't have a point guard outside of him. But I don't know about star point guard. He's good. He's a good, regular starting point guard. That's what he's a solid starting point guard. Mark said they better come out gangbusters to start the third. That's all I'm going to say. Yeah, I fully understand expecting that. I'm with you. They better come out gangbusters in that second quarter for sure. I mean that second half, that third quarter for sure. The Blazers are playing the Thunder, and funnily enough, the Portland Trail Blazers are the only team to have beaten the Oklahoma City Thunder this year, and it would be hilarious if they beat them again tonight. It is a 1-point game at halftime. It is a. Can you get this Cyber Monday nonsense out of here? There are no deals. This is fake. Cyber Monday and Black Friday are dead. There are no more deals that exist. Gigi said Cash should demand the trade to Detroit, Raptors, or Milwaukee. Let's see how good the Knicks can be. All right, brother. You guys got to stop with the trade talk, Karl Anthony Towns. You guys are so fickle as fans, as if he didn't win multiple playoff games for the Knicks last year during the run to the conference finals. Relax. DCL Love, what's up, DCL? Almighty Alpha said OKC is having a crazy game. Are they having a crazy game? 12 for Shea, 4 for 10. Holmgren with 7. Lou Dort with 5. Jalen Williams with 6. Kate Thomas hasn't scored. Off the bench, Isaiah Joe with 11. 3 for 4 from 3. Steven said Cat actually still has some growing up to do. Remember, he said the Knicks are making him into a man. Interesting. AJ Mitchell off the bench, 4 points, 1 for 3 from the field. Portland hanging strong with them. 13 for Jeremy Grant, 11 for Denny Avdia. Kamara, City Sissoko starting. Chris Murray is starting. They have no point guard out there. Interesting. Mark said, you can't stand Cat deep down. I don't dislike him as much as you guys dislike him. Not my favorite player. Was not the guy I would have made the trade for. But he is an all-NBA center. He will be on the all-NBA team at the end of the year. I want Cat to do well. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, I know. I understand the frustrations with Cat. Don't get me wrong. I'm not sitting here being like, you guys are wrong. He's actually doing really sneaky things that are really good so far tonight. Like, no, he's having a bad game. Another one. And I understand the frustrations, and we can be upset and criticize the game that he's having. But all I'm saying is, like, chill with the trade talks. Like, one, I think it's a waste of breath because he's not getting traded. 2, I think it's silly to pretend as if he's horrible at basketball when he literally won multiple games for the Knicks in the playoffs last year to get them to that point in the conference finals, right? Had huge shots down the stretch against Detroit, had a huge second half to save the season against Indiana, or else they probably get swept in that series. Like, are we just forgetting that he did that on the road in Indiana in the second half when nobody else had anything going? Like, the Knicks get embarrassed by Indiana. Instead, they respectably lose in 6. Ari said he makes too much to play so bad. Brother, half the league is making a ton of money. Go ask Philadelphia what it's like to have guys make a ton of money and then not even be out there on the court. Like, you could be in much worse situation. He's going to be on the All-Star team. He's going to make an All-NBA team. I get the, like, random last game of November here, the random November 30th game where he's playing bad for the second night in a row to be upset or frustrated about. You are not going to get a Jalen Brunson level of performance every night from Karl-Anthony Towns because he's not a Jalen Brunson level player. He's a second. He's number 2 to JB. Mark said, if JB has a bad game, I'm putting trade him in the chat. It's my thing. Well, that one I would at least know is a joke. You know? The Towns thing is very real for some people where they are like, just trade him for Anthony Davis, even though Anthony Davis plays 20 games a year. Like, come on, man. Gigi said Giannis comes here and after 3 bad games, fans will want him traded. Exactly, Gigi. Exactly. You are not going to, it is an 82-game regular season. We can be upset and frustrated and criticize the bad games, but also not get crazy and be like, that's it, blow it up, it's never going to work, when literally it worked last year. And it's worked this year as well. He's just in a bad funk. He'll be better. Right? While he's playing bad, we'll analyze it, we'll criticize him, we'll point out how he's playing bad, we'll also point out what he can do to be better. Right? I don't see a ton of value in pointing out the things that aren't working without having an idea or a plan to make it somewhat better. Right? Tell me the solution. If you're going to tell me the problem, also give me a solution you have. Without saying, we'll trade him. Because that ain't a solution. That is a panic move. And the New York fan base is too smart to just give me a bunch of panic moves. Jason said, nobody wants Anthony Street Clothes Davis. Go check the chat, Jason. Go read what people are putting in the chat. They want Karl-Anthony Towns traded. What does that mean? They probably want Anthony Davis here. Because that is the only comparable guy who you could likely get this season for Karl-Anthony Towns. Which obviously should not happen. MF Robespierre? What's up, MF? Knicks need Zion? Brother, have you watched the Pelicans game this year? What about Zion Williamson makes you think that he is, 1, better than Karl-Anthony Towns, and 2, would be good in New York? Mark said, I'm still here every game, no matter. Me too, brother. Me too. So here we go. Let's see how the Knicks respond to start this second half. Oh, boy, here we go. Jalen Brunson bringing it down. Has it up top. Gets it over to Towns. High post. Guarded by Barnes. Driving it down. Throws up the little floater. Can't get it to go. Buddy, we got to get those to go down, Big Towns. We got to get those to go down. Here comes Ingram bringing it down the other way. Make sure we have our game cast properly situated for you. Ingram down the lane. Steps through. Knocks down the little righty push shot in the paint. And it is a 5-point game yet again. This is the closest it's been since the opening quarter. Brunson has it up top. Well, also in the second quarter when they knocked it down to 5. Brunson in the lane. Pump fakes, stops, turns, spins. Had nobody to kick it out to. Fall away jumper. Gets a nice soft touch off the front of the rim and gets a friendly bounce for it to drop down. Here comes quickly bringing it down. Got to get some defensive stops and build this lead back up to at least double digits. At least. Quickly has it up top. Gets it over to Ingram, being guarded by Bridges. Ingram coming to his left, driving it down, stops, loses the handle, picks it back up, swings it out to Battle. Battle puts up the 3. Can't get it to go. Towns was daring him to shoot it. Here comes Brunson bringing it down. A pull-up 3 for JB. He's feeling himself off the back rim, can't get it to go. Long rebound out to Josh Hart. Josh Hart down low to Towns, leans in, gets fouled. He's going to go to the foul line for 2. Good aggressive move from Karl-Anthony Towns. Almost picked up an offensive foul there. How aggressively he went into Barnes there. But he does get fouled by Barnes. He will go to the foul line for 2 free throws. Mark said he's so out of rhythm. That's really the issue. He's just not in rhythm. This is by far the worst three-point shooting season of his career, which obviously will not continue. He's too good of a shooter. So when the offense starts to come around, the Knicks will be that much better. As Towns misses another free throw. Buddy, you are not helping the case. You are not helping the case. People are trying to run you out of town, brother. No pun intended. My boy Towns. Gigi said, where's RJ? On the bench. On the bench. He's got an injury. He's got a knee injury. He's close to returning, but not available to play tonight. Towns does at least knock down the second one. Okay, we'll take it. 8-point lead for the Knicks. Oh, my bad. 10:30 to go. Quickly has it up top, being guarded by McBride. Good ball pressure from McBride. Quickly turns, gets it over to Battle. Battle being guarded by Towns. Towns getting in a stance. I like that. Get it over to Ingram. Ingram being guarded by Bridges. Bridges doing an excellent job on Brandon Ingram tonight. Crosses over to his left. In the lane. Bridges knocks it loose. Walter can't grab it. And the ball's going to go back to the Knicks. Excellent defense from Mikal Bridges. Excellent defense. We talked about how good he's been defensively, especially since Anunoby went out. Has just seemingly stepped it up defensively. He's been fantastic. Get over to Towns up top, being guarded by Barnes. Jab step, coming to his left. Now driving it down. Good patient move. Blows past him. And they call the offensive foul on Karl-Anthony Towns. Using that off arm. Using that off arm. Come on, dog. Show me the replay on it. It didn't look as egregious in the moment. We're going to see it here. Yeah, uses that off arm. Fend off of Barnes. We know this. We know this, Towns. You know this. You never get away with that move. You have never once gotten away with that move. Why do you keep using it? Oh, Brandon Ingram dancing with it, coming off the screen, leaning in against Bridges, pump fakes. Good defense from Bridges, not giving him any airspace. Quickly now driving it down against McBride, leaves it off of Barnes in the paint, step through, lefty layup, way off, can't get it to go. Towns with the rebound, quick outlet to Brunson, Brunson bringing it down. Brunson has it up top, shoves it over to Towns. Towns driving to his left on Mamukelashvili, stops, turns, spins in the paint, leaves it off for Josh Hart at the last second. Mamukelashvili comes over to help, and Josh Hart able to get the layup anyway. Good pass from Towns, great finish from Josh Hart, he was at a tough angle under the basket with Mamukelashvili breathing down his neck. Quickly driving it down, puts it above glass, got it to go. Knicks quickly got it up to 10, and quickly, no pun intended, quickly brought it back down to 8. 64-56. Knicks holding the Raptors at arm's length away. Now he's going to dance around the Josh Hart screen, driving to his right. Mamukelashvili picks him up. Brunson's going to look to dance. He's got the advantage, crosses over, down the lane, stop, turn, pivot, steps through. Takes it out the last second of Bridges. Bridges a wide open straightaway 3. Off the back rim, can't get it to go. Josh Hart with the offensive rebound. Takes it out to Bridges. Another 3 for Bridges. Another miss for Bridges. Barnes secures the rebound, and now here comes Toronto. Quickly has it up top. A deep pull-up 3. He's feeling himself, and he's got it to go. He's familiar on these courts. That he is. That he is. 5-point lead. Yet again. Bridges up top. Driving to his left. Hands it off to Hart. Up top to Brunson. Brunson being guarded by Walter. Jab step. Coming to his right. Off the Towns screen. Good screen from Towns. Brunson driving it down. Takes a bump. Put the floater up. Got it to go. And 1. And Barnes got hit in the face. He got the worst of it. But Brunson will go to the foul line for 1 more. On the follow-through, Brunson hit Barnes on the side of the head. So it's a foul on Quickly, not a foul on Barnes. Foul on Quickly, who reached over from behind. Brunson still at the foul line for 1 more. Anyway, trying to get those 3 points back. Ochai Agbaji subbing in for Jacoby Walter, who is struggling to say the least with the Jalen Brunson matchup, as everybody does. Tay Mac, what's up, Tay? IQ versus McBride, former teammates going at it. It's a beautiful sight to behold. I love to see that. Love to see that. Brunson knocks down his and 1 free throw. Thank you, JB, for knocking down your free throws, unlike some people. 59-67, 8:30 to go. Quickly takes the handoff, keeping it against McBride, hands it off to Agbaji. Now over to Barnes. He's going to put up the 3 over Josh Hart. Gets a good contest that time. They've learned their lesson. Barnes misses it wide left. Brunson with the rebound. He's bringing it down the other way. Coming to his right, off the screen. Up top to Towns. He's open. He's going to pump fake. Out of the 3, driving it down. Euro steps down the lane. Gets the layup to go. And a 1 for Karl-Anthony Towns. And now the Knicks are rollicking. Was it a foul? Or was it just a timeout? That was a foul. It was a foul. Towns going to the foul line for 1 more. Please knock down your free throw, buddy. Please knock down your free throw. So Towns will go to the foul line for 1 more. Knock down your free throws, buddy. Knock down your free throws. Oh, thank goodness. Knicks back up by 11. 70-59. Quickly up top, dancing with it against Brunson. Coming to his right, a pull-up three for Emmanuel Quickly. Knocks it down, and Emmanuel Quickly's getting it going. Emmanuel Quickly's getting it going. Brunson, McBride, under the rim, pulls it back out. Good defense from Abaji to not get it open. And then he comes up with the steal on Towns. Towns looking for a foul call. He's not going to get it. Abaji leaves it off quickly. 2 in a row for Emmanuel Quickly. Oh, there he is. Remember when he used to do that in the Knicks jersey? And he is giving it to his former team right now. Back-to-back threes. 3 3-point makes here in this quarter tonight for Emmanuel Quickly. Whew. Here he comes. Here he comes. A full timeout from the New York Knicks with 7:40 to go. Quickly is now up to 17 points. He is giving it to his old team for sure. Man, where is OG Anunoby when you need him? Where is OG when you need him? Mark said, you hate to see it. It just burns. It just burns. Because obviously when they traded OG Anunoby, as much as I loved RJ, it sucked to see Quickly go. It really, really did. Right? Hurt just as much as when I had to see Dante DiVincenzo go. I like shoots at Towns trying so hard to be Shea. Chris Kahn, did I miss Knox being on this team? We talking about Kevin Knox? Brother, what? Brother, what? Ari said Quickly wanted a big bag. Screw him. Yeah, how dare he ask to be properly paid for his work? How dare he? Rodney, what's up, Rodney? You'll have to chill on Towns? Me or the chat? I hope you're talking to the chat. Because I've been as good a defender as OG, and I'm playing all defense levels of defense for Karl Anthony Towns tonight. Now, he is not helping my case, but I'm trying. Ari said he wanted Brunson money. He wanted like 25 mil, brother. He wanted like 25 mil. Which is too much for a sixth man, but just enough for a starting point guard. I don't know what articles you've been reading, my brother, but he didn't want Brunson money, nor was he getting Brunson money, nor did he end up getting Brunson money. And by Brunson money, I'm not talking about the fact that he took the pay cut type of money. I'm talking about the fact that he is worth the Supermax, which Quickly obviously did not get. Student said IQ was a donut in the postseason. Remember? True. He had 2 postseason appearances with the Knicks. Both of them were very bad. Very bad. And Angel Romeo? What's up, Romeo? Great commentating. Appreciate you. Chris said, let's see if we can keep our little win streak. Yeah, what is it? 2 in a row? Right? 3 in a row? 3 in a row. Yeah. Nets, Hornets, Bucks. Got 3-game winning streak going on. Can you make it 4? Here comes Josh Hart bringing it down the other way. Now Brunson will bring it down, being guarded by Abaji. Brunson gets it over to Towns. A 5-point game here. Off back-to-back made threes from Quickly. Hands it off to Bridges. Driving it down off a Towns screen. Snaking it back to his right hand. Now coming to his right off another screen from Towns. Kicks it out to Brunson. Brunson quickly coming to his left. Throws up a floater. Can't get it to go. Brandon Ingram with the rebound on the weak side. Ingram bringing it down the other way. Gets it over to Quickly. Quickly, the hottest man on the court. Gets into the lane. Kicks it out to Barnes. Barnes coming to his left. Lane is open. Down the lane. Lefty layup. Can't get it to go. But Abaji right there hangs in the air just long enough for the ball to fall off the rim for him to get the tip. 3-point game, 1 possession. That's the second hump we talk about. You get it to a single-digit lead, and then you get it back. Or you get it, you get it to a single-digit lead, then you get it to a 1-possession lead, and then you take the lead, and that is the next hump. Brunson takes about 47 steps to the rim. Can't get the layup to go, though. That's the basketball gods. That's the basketball gods going against you there for the travel, for the non-call travel. But Towns there for the offensive rebound and putback. Quickly spinning, kicks it out. Barnes, an open corner 3. Can't get that one to go. Battle for the rebound, knocked out of bounds by Towns. It's going to remain with Toronto. Mona said, this game is scary. Let's go Knicks. Yeah, very close. 5-point game. 5-point game. They've got over the 2 humps that I have made up here. Abaji can't get the layup to go. Battle for the rebound. Ball is loose. Brunson picks it up. Shot out of a cannon. Bringing it down. Takes a bump. Puts up the floater. Comes up short. Bridges right there for the tip. Up and in. And Brunson looking for a foul call. They're not giving it to him. They're allowing these 2 teams to go at it and play very physically on both sides of the ball for both teams. Quickly bringing it down the other way. Has it up top, being guarded by McBride. Get it over to Ingram. Ingram coming to his left. Off screen. Driving it down. Cross-court pass to Quickly. Gets tipped by Bridges. McBride able to pick it off. Gets it over to Josh Hart. Josh Hart shoves it over to Towns down the lane. Kicks it out to McBride. Beautiful pass. Deuce McBride. You have to reward the highlight, Deuce. Beautiful pass from Towns, and Deuce smokes the highlight. Mamu Kalashvili down the lane. Can't get the layup to go, but a foul is called. It's going to send Mamu to the foul line for 2 free throws. O-Dog, what's up, O-Dog? Fresh Cruz said Quickly was greedy as hell. people not being in favor of other people making the money that they're worth is crazy to me. Would you want the guy to take a pay cut and make $10 million a year? No, brother, go make your money. Mamu Kalashvili missed the free throw, by the way. Love when the opponent misses a free throw. Time and time again. Time and time again. O-Dog said you're doing great as usual. Appreciate you, O-Dog. Appreciate you. We're just out here having fun. Mamu Kalashvili does knock down the second free throw. Bridges bringing it down. Being guarded by Ingram. Gets it over to Robinson, who subbed in for Karl-Anthony Towns. The other 4 remain the same. Hands it off to Bridges. Coming to his left. He's got space. Euro steps down the lane. Kicks it out to Josh Hart. Wide open left corner 3. Give me another one. Josh Hart gets one to go here in the second half from 3-point range. I love Josh Hart confidently shooting it. The Knicks back up by 9 here, 68-77. They're surviving the punches Toronto is throwing so far. Ingram has it up top. Being guarded by Bridges. Bridges has done an excellent job tonight. Coming off the screen, they show 2. Cross-court out to Mamu Kalashvili, being guarded by Hart. They run him off the line. Along the baseline, tries to throw a behind-the-back pass, and he slips, so it's a 5-on-4. Knicks have to take advantage here. Josh Hart shoves it over to McBride. Now gets it over to Bridges. Mamu Kalashvili gets back, but leaves Josh Hart wide open for a 3. Another one, 2 in a row. 2 in a row for Big Josh. You can't leave him open anymore. He's knocking it down. The Knicks hired a shooting coach. He's relearned how to shoot the basketball. Jamal Shed has it up top, coming to his right for screen. Driving it down in the lane. Leaves it off inside for Colin Murray-Boyles. Knocked out of his hands. And it's off of Murray-Boyles as he couldn't handle the pass. Ball going back to the Knicks. And here we go. Here is the momentum we've needed. Knicks back up by double figures. Keep them there. Josh Hart, 2 threes in a row. Bridges gets it over to Robinson out by the half-court line. Robinson up top being guarded by Murray-Boyles. Murray-Boyles is a good defender. And a foul by Murray-Boyles as Robinson was handling the ball. Not a normal sight to see Mitchell Robinson handling the basketball out by the half-court line, but he was trying to dribble it to the other side of the court to hand it off. And Colin Murray-Boyles, the rookie, getting a little too aggressive, fouls him. Chris, what's up, Chris? What's your favorite dish? Like Thanksgiving dish? The stuffing. Classic. I know it's a basic answer, but it's true. It's literally just the best. They get it over to McBride. McBride hands it off to Brunson. Brunson up top. Coming to his left. Off the Robinson screen. They show 2. Brunson steps out. Gets it over quickly to McBride, who blows past the defense. Shoves it over to Josh Hart. Shot clock's winding down. He's going to hesitate. Now drive to his left. Step back. Fall away mid-range shot. Got it to go. Josh Hart cannot miss from the perimeter. Cannot miss. Knicks up by 14. Who taught Josh Hart how to shoot? Whoever it is, give that man a raise. We can look it up in the next timeout break. We know exactly who it is. We know exactly who the shooting coach is here on the Knicks. Murray-Boyles trying to get over to Ingram. Good to now from the Knicks. They finally get it to Ingram, coming to his right. And Mikal Bridges picks his pocket. He's going to go down the other way for a big one-handed slam. And Mikal Bridges hyped. I'm hyped. Deuce McBride with a great defense on Ingram, forcing him right into Mikal Bridges, who jumps that lane, knocks it out of his hands, and we get the one-handed hammer. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Ingram having a disaster of a night tonight. Mikal Bridges has locked him off. Shut the water off and everything. Mark said, hey now, you're an all-star. Get your game on, Josh Hart. Go play, brother. Go play. George Jordan, what's up, George Jordan? Mikal fired up. When Mikal's fired up, you know the team's about to be fired up. Knicks back up by 16. Just like that. Just like that. Gizzardo, what's up, Gizzardo? Is OG still out? OG is still out, my brother. He is still out. Just that's an OG out until February. Not February. They said he'll be reevaluated in 2 weeks. 2 weeks later, they said he's doing minimal on-court. He's on court, doing regular on-court stuff. He has been cleared for minimal contact for some on-court activities. The next step, in a week, he'll probably be cleared for full contact. In another week after that, he'll be cleared to come back at some point. And then they'll decide when to bring him back. He'll be back for the Christmas Day game. But he'll probably be out another 2 weeks. That is my opinion. They did not give us a timetable. I would assume, my expectation is another 2 weeks for OG Anunoby. Kent OT, what's up, Kent? Kenta? Russell Field said December 18th, I'm guessing. Yeah, it's about 2 weeks, right? A little bit more than 2 weeks there. Lenny Kyberson, what's up, Lenny? Happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to you, my man. Happy holidays now, moving forward. Yak said, Mitch on the floor, the team looks better all around. They do. I mean, he's rebounding the heck out of the ball. He's locked in defensively, which is obviously good. Kinta said, how about you? I'm doing good, brother. I'm doing good. I'm solid. Now that the Knicks are back up by double figures, doing much better. Doing much better. Chris Kahn said, December 5th, Utah Jazz versus the New York Knicks. Let's hope they go easy on us. Come on. I did say we were going to check to see who the Knicks shooting coach was at the timeout break, and we did not do that at the timeout break. We put it over here so you guys can still see the game cast. There we go. Knicks. It has been well documented because Josh Hart is shooting it so well. Not shooting guard, shooting coach. Peter Patton. Shout out Peter Patton, man. Peter Patton is changing lives out here. He's changing lives. Under 4 minutes to go. Barnes hands it off to Jamal Shed, being guarded by Robinson on the switch. Quickly crosses over him. Can't get the lefty layup to go. Josh Hart, the rim protector, came over for the help. Now here come the Knicks pushing it the other way. Bridges over to Brunson, a right corner three. Can't get it to go. Josh Hart, an offensive rebound. Snakes it out of the lane. Has it at the high post. Trying to find somebody. Gets it over to Bridges. Foul line jumper. There goes Mikal Bridges. Mikal Bridges and Josh Hart saving the game tonight as the Knicks back up by 18. Back up by 18. Where are all the negative Nancys in the chat? Come on, y'all. I told y'all. Have the faith. Here comes quickly. Driving it down in the lane. Kicks it out. Colin Murray Boyles, the rookie, a three. Can't get it to go. Barnes skying high for a rebound over McBride. Can't get it to go. And then battle for the rebound. And Barnes just smokes a layup in the paint. And Josh Hart, of course, comes over and was like, you know what? I'm just going to go snag this rebound. And he gets tied up with Murray Boyles. They're going to get a jump ball. So Josh Hart now is sitting with 17 points, 11 rebounds, and 7 assists. Insane game for Big Josh. Insane game yet again. Jump ball. Murray Boyles knocks it out of bounds. And it's going to be Knicks' ball. Nobody was able to recover it. 3 minutes to go. King Free. Hit the like for chef. Appreciate you, King Free. Reminding people to the like button. If you're enjoying the show so far, leave the like button. Hit that thumbs up button. It is by far the best thing you can do to help support the channel, support the community. Josh Hart at the left corner is going to pump fake, drive the baseline, and then steps out of bounds. I will say, I mean, obviously it's a turnover from Josh Hart. You don't like to see that. But him deciding to not throw it in when he didn't have anybody to save the ball to and just stepping out of bounds is a much better turnover than a live ball turnover. But they don't get back on defense, and they give Scottie Barnes the easy layup coming down the other end. Got to get back on defense, though. You're going to do that. Josh Hart has it on the left wing. You got to get Josh Hart out of the game. A little huffing and puffing just a little bit here. He's done his job. He's done more than enough. They get it over to Brunson. Brunson up top. Swings through to his left on Shed. Good defense from Shed. Stops, turns, spins in the lane. Knocked out of his hands, and here comes Jamal Shed. Home run pass over to Quickly. Quickly down the lane. Lefty layup. Got it to go. Back-to-back fast break buckets for the Toronto Raptors and a timeout from Mike Brown. I almost said Tom Thibodeau. Timeout from Mike Brown. 14-point game now with 2:25 to go. Mark, finish the first quarter strong. Finish this quarter strong. Got to get some subs in there. This lineup has played the entirety of this third quarter so far. Almost the entirety of this third quarter so far. Got to get some subs in there. Like I said, Josh Hart huffing and puffing a little bit. That Scottie Barnes where he came all the way down and got the scoop layup, that was because Josh Hart didn't get back down on the other end. Right? He turned it over and then just kind of slowly, gingerly walked back on defense. Toronto inbounded it real quick. Barnes beat him down the court and got the easy layup. You got to get back. You got to make some substitutions as well. Bring in Yabu. Yabu so far has been solid. Bring in Yabu. I trust Yabu out there so far tonight. Maybe a Kolek. Leonard Blair. Appreciate you, Leonard. Appreciate you for hanging out with me and subscribing. Thank you for that, my man. Hope you're having a good time tonight. Dennis Barnes. What's up, Dennis? Always cooking on the play-by-play. Let's go. Appreciate you, Dennis. Appreciate you, man. Thank you. MBM said hard type things. Knicks applying foot pressure upon the neck. They are. Although Toronto, they got some fight in them, man. They got some fight. Back-to-back turnovers leads to back-to-back layups for them in transition there. Robinson to the bench. Brunson to the bench. Who do the Knicks come out with? Who are the Knicks coming out with? Mark.tv said, got to keep the pressure on. Don't let up. Come on, boys. Absolutely. Kolek is in, along with Clarkson. And Clarkson immediately runs into Jamal Shed, who's applying some full court pressure there, and turns it over. Come on, Clarkson. Still struggling. After like a really strong, he was coming on strong. Struggled to start the year, started to figure some things out, now struggling again. Not loving the Jordan Clarkson minutes again tonight. They get it into Barnes. Barnes up top being guarded by Hart. Get it over to Murray Boyles. Coming to his left. And he gets hit with a double dribble. So back-to-back turnovers is going to send the ball back to the Knicks. It's almost like nothing even happened. So they get it into Josh Hart, who will bring it down. Josh Hart remains in the game. Oof. Boy, do we need Anunoby to come back just to spell Josh Hart some minutes here. Josh Hart has it on the right wing, being guarded by Murray Boyles. Getting to his spot, coming to his left. Good defense from Murray Boyles there. And then they call a foul on Murray Boyles, being overly aggressive with Towns as they got tied up. Niles Dimitri with another very generous super chat. I appreciate you, Niles. Appreciate you, man. And I want the Knicks to win. Make it happen, Jeffy. I'm trying. I'm sending them all the positive energy I possibly can, Niall. I'm trying. Eamon always with the Eamon. Chris said, losing quickly and Dante hurt this team big time. Oh, for sure. I mean, they're extremely talented players. Every time you lose extremely talented players, even if you replace them with extremely talented players, you're still going to miss them. Right? So even though Dante gets replaced by Bridges, and Bridges is fantastic, especially so far this year, not so much last year, but so far this year, you're still going to miss the things that Dante brings you because Bridges is not that same player. He does fantastic things in a different way. And then same thing with Deuce McBride and Quickly. Even though Deuce McBride is also fantastic, he doesn't do some of the things that Quickly does. And Quickly doesn't do some of the things that McBride does. But, losing that ability to have those skill sets out there is always going to hurt you. Towns, as the Knicks are in the bonus, knock down both free throws. Thank you for knocking down your free throws, Towns. Barnes down the lane, gets blocked from behind by Bridges. Mikal Bridges is everywhere. Here come the Knicks bringing it down the other way. Clarkson stops, pops. You knew he was going to take it, at least knock it down. Off the back rim, can't get it to go. Battle for the rebound. Knocked out of Towns' hands. Quickly picks it up, home run pass to Murray Boyles, and he gets the layup to go. I like Murray Boyles a lot. I like Colin Murray Boyles a lot. He's just hustling his butt off down there. He's good defensively. As he gets a turnover there, Josh Hart tried to get over to Towns, and Murray Boyles, another layup and a foul on Josh Hart. Murray Boyles is impacting this game big time just by being an effort and energy guy. And Josh Hart and Karl-Anthony Towns talking about it, and then Josh Hart signals to the coaching staff and the bench, we're good, my bad, that's on me, my bad. Bad decision, bad pass, all the things, my bad. I'll make up for it. But leads now down to 12. Now down to 12, and Toronto building some momentum here at the end of the quarter. I forgot who said it. Whoever said it in the chat earlier, got to end the quarter strong. Have to end the quarter strong. The Knicks put up 32 points so far here in the third. Murray Boyles misses a three. Josh Hart with the rebound, and we're bringing it down the other way. Josh Hart has been an animal yet again tonight. Josh Hart on the right wing, coming to his left, driving it down over to Clarkson. Clarkson in the left corner, three, line me up. Air ball. Get Jordan Clarkson out of the game, please. Towns saves it, but right to Jamal Shead as he steals it. Home run pass over the head of Grady Dick, and a turnover ball going back to the Knicks. Jalen Brunson's going to sub in here for the final minute of this third quarter. Brunson's going to bring it down. Brunson up top, coming to his right, off a Clarkson screen. Get over to Clarkson. Wide open again. Extra pass though to Josh Hart. And Josh Hart saving the day tonight. Joshua Aaron Hart. Who taught you how to shoot, brother? Who taught you how to shoot? Quickly, hand it off to Barnes, coming to his left off the screen. Hesitates, now driving it in against Josh Hart. Nice pass over to Colin Murray Boyles, who draws the foul. Karl-Anthony Towns, he's going to go to the foul line for 2 free throws. Just that's a Jordan wants to double-digit points bad. He's chugging up a lot of shots that are not going in tonight. Jordan Clarkson, 8 points, 3 for 9 from the field. Yet again, not a good shooting night. And when the only thing you're really providing right now tonight, I mean on this team in general, is your shot making, to not be making shots is rough. It's rough. Colin Murray Boyles, the rookie at the foul line for 2 free throws. Got 9 points tonight. He can get double figures. Misses the first free throw. Got another one coming. Oh, he's got 10 points already. Now, Dimitri reminding people to like button. Appreciate you now. Appreciate you. You guys always are great in the chat, reminding me to remind you guys, anybody in the chat who hasn't hit the like button, to please go ahead, hit the like button. It's that thumbs up button right there. By far the best thing you can do to help support the channel. Only thing I'll ever ask of you, please hit the like button. Helps grow the channel, helps spread the community out. Brunson bringing it down against Jamal Shead and gets fouled in the backcourt by Shead. Shead being very aggressive, upset with the foul call. Both teams in the bonus. Brunson will go to the foul line for 2. Bad foul from Shead. Murray Boyles did knock down the second free throw, by the way, so it's 91-77, a 14-point lead for the Knicks. MBM said, next time we play them, it's for cash. Yeah, and they'll have Pirtle for that game. They'll have RJ for that game. So it's going to be a much tougher game. Keenahara, what's up, Keenahara? Whoever taught Hart how to shoot got a big job to do with Mitch. It's unsalvageable with Mitch. It's unsalvageable. It's an impossible job. We just have to get him to 50%. At this point, that is the goal. You have to get to 50%, Mitch. You can't be this bad. Brunson knocks down both free throws. Thank you, JB. As usual, knocking down the easy ones. Here comes Jamal Shead bringing it down the other way. 34 seconds to go. So the Knicks should have another opportunity here offensively with a 10-second difference between game clock and shot clock. Quickly coming to his right up the Barnes screen. Taking it down the lane. Kicks it in the corner. Shead gets an open 3. Clarkson helped out too far. Can't get it to go. Battle for the rebound. Murray Boyles knocks it out of bounds. Ball going back to the Knicks. Iron Bear Grizz. What's up, Iron Bear? It's been a while since I've seen you, brother. We need to close this win out. Time to get spicy. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Jamal Shead applying backcourt pressure to Brunson. Knocks it out of bounds. You get it into Clarkson. Just bring it down, Clarkson. Bring it down. 16 seconds to go. Get it over to Brunson. Brunson has it up top. Brunson being guarded by Jamal Shead. Coming to his left. Gets it over to Josh Hart. Josh Hart tries to get it down low to Towns. Towns was not in position to receive that pass. Josh Hart forces it, gets it over to Shed, and shoots up an air ball. Maybe McBride got a piece of it, but that will be the end of the third quarter there. Knicks with a 16-point lead, 93-77 going into the fourth. Throw 12 minutes up on the clock. May the best team win. So far, the Knicks going to go in with the advantage, obviously. The Knicks have dominated most aspects of the game. 34-point third. Another solid quarter. So far, obviously, the worst quarter has been the second quarter, 30-18. You can see here. 30-18 is the reason why the Knicks are not up by 20. But they dominated the third quarter. They dominated the first quarter. 16-point lead. Right? Even if they just scored 25 and they got outscored by 5 points, they would they'd be ahead by 20. It's a 16-point lead. So they'd be ahead by 21. So all you have to do is just not be a disaster in the fourth quarter, and you should be able to walk out with a victory. Just don't be a disaster, which is possible. It's still on the table. It's only 16. It's not insurmountable. Mark said, thank you, Josh E. Hart. Thanks, Josh. Thank you, Josh. He's got 20 points, 12 rebounds, 7 assists. That's all I wanted to check so far. We'll check the box scores again halfway through the fourth quarter. But 20 points, 12 rebounds, and 7 assists for Josh Hart is what you want to see. What you want to see. I mean, this is expecting a lot from Josh right now. But he's stepping it up in the absence of OG Anunoby. So hopefully when OG Anunoby gets back, we'll still have this version of Josh Hart, but he won't have to play 36 to 40 minutes, right? Because he's playing a lot so far tonight. He's really one of the only guys, after that first quarter where everybody had it going, he's been the only guy so far in the second and the third who's had anything going. And Bridges. Let me not discount Bridges. Bridges has also been somewhat solid offensively. But it's been the combination of them two guys. Because Brunson's been inconsistent so far tonight. Towns is no-showing some offense yet again. And then Deuce McBride had the big first quarter, but hasn't done much since. And then outside of that, not getting a whole lot. Mortal Kombat Chinese food. What's up, Mortal Kombat? Are borrowing JP skills tonight. Yeah. Josh Hart has been the best player on the court tonight. For both sides. He has been the best player on the court. Looking at some of the box scores, still close game between Cavs and Celtics. Still close game between Hawks and Sixers. And still close game between Blazers and Thunder. A lot of close games tonight. Good night of basketball. Here we go. Quickly bringing it down against Tyler Kolek. Quickly. Dancing with it. Trying to get it to Ingram. They do get it to Ingram. Coming to his right. Robinson switches onto him. Ingram dancing with it. Coming to his left. Leaves it off for Quickly. Quickly an open three. On the relocation. Can't get it to go. Robinson secures the rebound. Robinson's been fantastic tonight. Bridges gets it over to Robinson. Robinson hands it off to Bridges. Bridges being guarded by Mamu Kalashvili. Dancing with it. Now driving to his left. A lot of contact. No foul call. Loses it out of bounds. Ball going back to the Raptors. Here comes Quickly. Coming to his left off the Bridges screen. Pocket pass to Barnes. Off the Barnes screen. Now they get it back to Quickly, being guarded by Robinson. Good help from Kolek. Now they switch it. Quickly looks to attack on the switch. Perfect timing for Quickly. Immediately as Kolek and Robinson tried the scram switches, he was pulling it back out. Saw it and immediately looked to attack and drew the foul. Robinson got the block on the layup attempt, which obviously doesn't count, but he got the block on the layup attempt to stop an and one possibility, but he will send him to the foul line here for 2 free throws. Quickly misses a free throw. Absolutely adore it when the opposite team misses free throws. Absolutely adore it. Always clutch. Always clutch to get missed free throws. James Cookfair, what's up, James? Appreciate you, my man. Appreciate you, of course. Quickly misses 2 in a row. Absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. Kolek bringing it down. Kolek has it up top, being guarded by Quickly. Coming to his left off the Robinson screen. Down low to Towns. Lays it up and in. As Bridges hit the floor hard. He's slow to get up. The Iron Man. Now he's up and he's jogging back. Seems fine. We got the Twin Towers lineup out there. We got Robinson, Towns, along with Bridges, Kolek, and Clarkson. Quickly hesitates from three, driving it down, throws a lob up to Barnes, and he smokes a layup. Barnes just could not explode up. Home run pass over to Clarkson, and he gets a two-handed slam. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! Tyler Kolek. Barnes hit the floor hard. No, that's not Barnes. Walter hit the floor hard, and he's still down. The commentary, Breen and Clyde, talking about how Barnes just can't really elevate right now for whatever reason. Beautiful pass from from Kolek to Towns, kind of along the baseline, gets the easy layup. And then beautiful pass from Kolek yet again, home run pass to Clarkson for the easy two-handed slam. So Kolek doing a phenomenal job of just getting the Knicks easy ones. Back up by 20. Quickly breaking down the defense, gets into the lane, kicks it out to Mamukelashvili, extra pass to Ingram, a wide open straightaway three, and he finally gets one to go down. Quickly bringing it down against Jacoby Walter. Kolek bringing it down against Jacoby Walter. Kolek has it up top. Down low to Towns again for the lob. Tyler Kolek. The Raptors just lost sight of Karl-Anthony Towns, and Towns may have to play with Tyler Kolek a little bit more because Kolek gets him some easy looks. Quickly crosses over down the lane, out to Ingram, another open three for him. Back-to-back threes for Brandon Ingram, created by Emmanuel quickly. Now I'm swapping the two players on the teams. So it's a 16-point lead for the Knicks. Kolek has it up top, coming to his left off a Robinson screen, driving it down in the lane, shovels it over to Robinson, knocked out of bounds. Going to remain with the Knicks. Toronto signaling to challenge. We'll see if they challenge it. Raptors are going to use a timeout here. The Raptors are going to use their timeout and challenge here. Oh, Barnes and Bridges collided there, and that's what got Barnes limping. Hart said, "Go, Portland, go." It's so funny because Portland is so far the only team this season to beat the Oklahoma City Thunder, and they are in a dogfight with the Thunder yet again here tonight. So we got 9:45 to go here in our Knicks game. So we'll let some more time tick off before we start going through box scores yet again. We'll obviously go through the box scores at the end of the game as well. But just to go around the league real quick, halfway through this fourth quarter, Celtics, Cavs. Celtics with a 6-point lead. The Cavs struggling. Donovan Mitchell is playing. He's got 11 points. How people can say that this guy is better than Jalen Brunson, beyond me. Beyond me. Darius Garland, 25 minutes, is somehow a minus 31 in a 4-point game. This is one of the few times where the plus-minus stat can be utilized. You can be minus 31 in a 4-point game. He's just coming back from injury. Maybe just sit Darius Garland until the All-Star break or something because he is not helping his team out right now. Not at all. Right? And in the same token, they have other guys in the starting lineup who are +6. What is happening? What is happening in this game that is allowing these plus-minus stats? We got Hawks with the lead over the Sixers. 8 minutes to go in that one. We got Thunder Blazers. Thunder with a slight lead over the Blazers. Avdija with 20, 15, and 7. Doing his best Josh Hart impersonation tonight. Tell you that. Just that's look at you giving love to the plus-minus. So proud of you. When it's that egregious in a 4-point game and you're minus 30, that can tell you things. That can definitely tell you things. Right? And everybody else is like hovering around 0, maybe slightly plus, maybe slightly negative. But when you and DeAndre Hunter are the only two guys that deep into the negative, is crazy. So it is a successful challenge from Toronto. Last touch by Mitchell Robinson. Ball will go back to Toronto here. Because that's an all-star Darius. I mean, he's not healthy. He's not healthy. Get him out of there. Get him out of there. Manuel, what's up, Manuel? Let's go, Knicks. We love Trevor. Appreciate you, Manuel. Appreciate you. Hart said, I believe in the plus-minus when you use it for a whole season become significant? Yeah, it can. It can. Full season, plus minus, sure. Individual game, plus minuses, doesn't tell you a whole lot most of the time. Ingram down the lane, little fall away. Good defense from Bridges yet again. Mamukalashvili with the rebound, though. Battling for it, lost it, picks it back up, kicks it out to Barnes. Puts up the three, can't get it to go. Towns snatches a rebound there, and there we go. The double bigs battling down there. I love to see that. Also, you guys need to see the game cast. My apologies. Towns dancing with it against Mamu. Stops, turns, half spin, pump fake, steps through, kicks it out to Kolek. Kolek tries to get it back to Towns. Mamukalashvili jumped it. Towns going down, puts it up, can't get it to go. Had the rebound, lost it, battling. Robinson dives on it, saves it, over to Bridges. Bridges, back to Kolek. Robinson diving on the floor. Towns barreling in the lane. Kolek tries to slip it over to Bridges and a kick ball. So the Knicks will get the shot clock reset to 14. Towns is up in a puff, and he's like, are you serious with all this contact at the paint? Where's my foul calls? Lewis, what's up, Lewis? Let's go Knicks here from Madrid, Spain. All the way out in Spain, Lewis. Appreciate you, man. Kolek gets it into Robinson. Robinson hands it off to Kolek, down the lane, scoop play with the left hand, gets blocked by Mamu. Robinson, the offensive rebound, goes up and he lays it up and in. Robinson dominating the glass, baby. Quickly gets it over to Barnes. Barnes runs right into Robinson. No foul call, no foul. And an offensive foul, Mitchell Robinson. The rim protecting, shot blocking big draws the charge. There you go, Big Mitch. Doing it all, doing it all. Is Mitchell Robinson going to win Defensive Player of the Game yet again? Is he going to get another one on his resume? I'd love to see it. I would love to see it. Kolek has it up top, being guarded by Walter. Coming to his left, off a Robinson screen. Gets it over to Towns, off the pin down. Pump fakes from three, swings through to his left, down the lane. Scoop play with the right hand, smokes another layup. Robinson tip, can't get it. Robinson another rebound, and gets hacked by Barnes. And now Robinson holding his right wrist. Seems all right. Barnes, little frustration hack on Robinson. I'm telling you, the double bigs was there all night. It was there all night. We're going to it here in the fourth quarter, and it is paying dividends. That might be a flagrant on Barnes. They're not going to go look at it, but it might have been. Might have been. You know, Robinson not one to complain. He's got 14 rebounds tonight, 7 of them offensive. He's going to win that Defensive Player of the Game, I'll tell you that. Just that's it. Mitch throwing screens for Cat is amazing. Yes, more of this. Yes, absolutely. I'm glad you saw it as Robinson misses another free throw. Mitch, I just need one. And I'll be happy. You know, you guys know I hate missed free throws. Absolutely hate them when the Knicks miss their free throws. I will take 50% from the foul line from Mitchell Robinson because he is so bad this year. I will take one made free throw tonight, Big Mitch. You missed the first one. He misses 2 in a row. Towns the offensive rebound, and he lays it up and in. Get the double big lineup in there, baby. The double big lineup is working wonders. Quickly has it up top. Being guarded by McBride. And the Knicks back up by 20. Quickly, pocket pass to Murray Boyles. Gets caught in the air, kicks it out to Ingram. Extra pass to Mamukalashvili. They tie him up just enough. Sprays it out to Quickly. Back out to Walter. And the Knicks doing a great job of running him off the line. Kicks out to Mamukalashvili. Pump fakes. They run him off the line as well. He throws up a floater at the buzzer. Can't get it to go. Robinson secures yet another rebound. Stop talking down on my man Big Mitch's name. Kyle Kolek pull up 3, line me up. Ooh, came up short. I would have popped off for it. I would have popped off crazy. Battle for the rebound, and they call a foul on Bridges. His 4th foul, I believe. Just that's it, Cat and Mitch clicking. Tonight was definitely a night to go to the double big lineup because of the lack of size for the Raptors. But it's definitely been fantastic so far. It's definitely been fantastic. DJ Punchy said Mitchell should try underhand. He should try literally anything other than what he has been doing. Yes, I agree with you. Underhand might work, but we know that these guys have a level of pride that will not allow them to shoot the granny free throws. Ingram has it up top. They get it over to Walter. Walter left wing 3. Can't get it to go. Battle on the glass. They knock it out. Quickly a 3 on the relocation. Can't get it to go. Town snatches a rebound in the paint. Kicks it out to Brunson. Home run pass over to Bridges. To McBride, excuse me. McBride down the lane. Has nowhere to go. Kicks it out to Bridges. Bridges driving to his left. Out to Towns. Wide open right corner 3. We don't see corner 3s from Karl-Anthony Towns often. He gets one there, and he finally knocks one down. This is what the double big lineup can present. what the double big lineup can present for Karl-Anthony Towns. Quickly down the lane, kicks it out to Ingram. Kicks up by 23. Ingram misses the three. Murray Boyles comes flying in for the offensive rebound to kick it out to Mamukelashvili. Over to Quickly. Quickly fires a three. Can't get it to go. Robinson knocks the rebound up in the air. Towns able to snag it. Brunson, home run past the Bridges. Lays it up and in. Oh, he missed the layup. Normally knocks down those lob layups from half court, but he can't get that one to go, and they get it over to Mamukelashvili on the other end. Now up top to Quickly. Knicks' largest lead of the game was 24. We are now sitting at 23. Can they get another one at 25 here? Quickly coming to his left, squeezes it out. Walter, a right corner three over Robinson. Finally got one to go down for Jacoby Walter, who has struggled all night to really make anything. Now McBride will bring it down the other way. It's back down to 20. Back down to 20, unfortunately. McBride hands it off to Brunson. Brunson up top to get it over to Towns. Towns on the left wing. Swings through to his left. Spins to his right. Knocked out of his hands. Walter picks it up. Walter 1-on-1 against Brunson. McBride as the trailer. Walter driving it down. Step through. Takes his time. Lays it up and in. And that's 5 quick points for Jacoby Walter and a quick timeout for Mike Brown and the coaching staff. Want to talk a couple things over. Don't want to allow any momentum to be built by Toronto here with halfway through this fourth quarter here. 6 minutes to go. Don't want any momentum here. Good timeout. Good timeout. Just that this tempo is refreshing. The Knicks are moving it. Yeah. They're playing hard. They're playing smart. They're moving. Got the double bigs out there, and you're still moving. Love to see it. Just that said, that was a McHale needed timeout too. Yeah. I like to maybe see. Well, you got 6 minutes to go. I like to maybe see a quick breather from some of these guys before we get them back in. Gigi said, Cat, 22 points, 8 rebounds, 2 assists on a bad shooting night, but fans want him gone, okay? Gigi, I love you, Gigi. You're the best, brother. He's that meme of the guy who's clearly the guy causing trouble, and he's like, we're all looking for him. I love Gigi, man. He was the first guy in chat being like, we got Trey Towns. Appreciate it. It's Angela A1's Roman. I always thought it was Angel A1's Roman. It's Angela. You could have respected. You could have corrected me, Angela. It's Angela. I didn't realize it was Angela. Appreciate you, Angela. Speaking of Young LA, appreciate you, Young LA. Thank you for the subscription, man. Hope you're having a good time tonight. Brandon Ingram only 12 points tonight and 4 for 11 shooting. Really bad shooting night for him. He's been very good for the Raptors as of late, but this is the Brandon Ingram I've grown accustomed to. I definitely know this Brandon Ingram more than the other ones, that's for sure. Just that said, Cat trade was the best Knicks trade in history. It's crazy. Towns and Josh Hart is subbing out here. You can see on the court here. We're going to have Josh Hart, Bridges, Brunson, McBride, and Yabusele. It's also great to point out that when we went to the double big lineup, Josh Hart was able to get a breather there. Love that. Love that for the Knicks. Jason said, coming out of the word work when the Knicks back up by 20. Garbage time buckets. Better put respect on Hart after the man he dropped in the last game. GG loves the troll. He loves the troll in the chat. Here we go. 6 minutes to go. Had my timer ticking down too far. Thank you guys for reminding me. But Yabusele has it up top. Knicks are out there with Brunson, Hart, Yabusele, McBride, and Bridges. They hand it off to McBride. He has it up top, dancing with it. Gets hot. Yabusele cutting back door, and he gets the easy layup. Beautiful pass from McBride. Beautiful cut from Yabusele off the Josh Hart screen. Love to see it. The communication, the teamwork, everything working for the Knicks so far tonight. Murray Boyles has it up top, being guarded by Hart. Gets it out to Walter, driving to his right. Spins, kicks it out to Murray Boyles, gets it back to Quickly, coming to his left, pocket pass to Murray Boyles. Excellent ball movement. They kick it out to Mamukelashvili. An open three for him, and he can't get it to go down. Great ball movement, led to a wide open three for a good shooter in Mamukelashvili, but he couldn't get it to go down. Kind of been the story of the night for the Toronto Raptors. Brunson with the pass fake, stops, turns, spins, and the lane. Scoop play with the right hand, gets blocked by Jacoby Walter. Good defense from him. Not a Brunson night, not a Towns night. It's been Josh Hart, Deuce McBride, and Mitchell Robinson tonight. Quickly dancing with it against Josh Hart. Quickly with some razzle-dazzle. Sprays it over to Ingram. Ingram along the baseline, being guarded by Hart. Loses the handle. Ingram coming to his right now in the lane and gets fouled yet again by Mikal Bridges with 5 fouls. So Ingram's going to go to the foul line for 2 free throws, and we are just under 5 minutes to go here, 108-88. If I said Raps should have kept Boucher the backup center. Yeah, I mean, I think Boucher is not really a center. He's more of a wing, but center-sized, but with no ball handling ability. He's not much of a rebounder. He's an okay rim protector. I think Mamukelashvili has been much better for them as of late. Judges that to Mikal getting terrible whistles. He's got 5 fouls, and he's not known as a guy who fouls out, who fouls a lot. So quickly done for the night. Hepburn is in for quickly, as the Raptors seem to be waving the white flag a little bit here. Josh Hart bringing it down. Coming to his right. Hands it off to McBride. McBride jab step, coming to his left against Hepburn. Stops, leans in. Foul line pull-up jumper. Off the side of the rim, can't get it to go. Mamukelashvili chases down the rebound. Now here comes Hepburn. Hit ahead to Ingram. Ingram on the left wing. Hit ahead to Jacoby Walter, left corner 3. Hit one from the right corner. Can't hit one from the left corner. Mamukelashvili with the rebound. Gets swatted out of there by Mikal Bridges. Mikal Bridges with the 5 fouls. Did not care. He said, I'm getting this block anyway. McBride over to Brunson. Brunson dancing with it. Back up top to McBride. Back over to Brunson. Knicks running their offense. Now Brunson isolated with Mamukelashvili. Directing some traffic. Winding down the clock here. 4 minutes to go. And Brunson, that's why Brunson was holding the ball out there on the perimeter. Brunson was talking to the official and pointing at him. He's like, the rookie is standing in the lane. This is now 5, 6, 7 seconds, and they eventually had to call it. They eventually had to call the 3-second violation, so Brunson's at the foul line for the free throw here. King Freeze had kept them under 100. Don't speak too soon. I forgot to give them credit for the 2-pointer before. 90-108. Brunson knocks down his first free throw, his only free throw, for the 3 seconds. Mike Brown's counting. Brunson's yelling at the official for 3 seconds. Jordan Clarkson has to come over and point out the 3 seconds to the official. You got Brunson, Clarkson, and Mike Brown telling the official it's 3 seconds. It's now 6 seconds. He's now been in there damn near half the possession here, ref. You gotta call the 3 seconds here. Brunson coming to his right, spins, gets it over to Yabu. Yabu attacking the closeout down the lane, kicks it out to Clarkson, an open right wing 3 for him, and he gets one to go down. We are in garbage time with under 40 minutes to go here. Clarkson got the 3 to go. 112-90. 22-point lead for the Knicks. Battle, who started the game, has not played since. Gets it out to Grady Dick, spins in the lane, scoop play with the right hand, can't get it to go. Bridges battling on the glass, but he tips it up. He tips it up, and it somehow falls through the basket. So 2 points for Jonathan Mogbo there, who's also subbed in here. Like I said, Toronto seems to have waved the white flag here with 3:30 to go. And Mike Brown's going to use a timeout here to get some subs in, and that should be wraps for the game. 20-point lead for the New York Knicks, 112-92 with 3:30 to go. JC got 13 to double digits club. Yeah. Mark said, JB is rapping better than the refs. It's crazy when 3 people have to point it out to you, and the guy's been in the lane for like 5, 6 seconds already. Namar, what's up, Namar? Knicks will get another big 3 tonight. They're 4th in a row. A little 4-game winning streak here for the Knicks. Continue to build wins for them. Moises? What's up, Moise? Daniel? What's up, Daniel? No rebounds, Ingram sad. Yeah. I mean, I said we will go through the box scores during the timeout, so now is a better time than ever now that we are getting our end-of-the-bench guys in for both sides. We could start with the Toronto Raptors here. Brandon Ingram, 14 points, really rough outing overall for him. Matter of fact, we can zoom in a little bit so you guys can see it more. Too much. There we go. 14 points for him, 4 for 11. Did not have anything easy. Mikal Bridges smothered him all night long. Fantastic game from Mikal Bridges. I mean, it's going to be difficult to choose between him and Mitchell Robinson for Defensive Player of the Game. I think both of them are pretty well deserving. Maybe Bridges a little bit more because of the work he did on Ingram tonight. Battle only played 8 minutes, 2 points for him. Didn't do a whole lot. Barnes came out, hit 4 threes in a row, and got his team back into it. We're back in the game here. Kolek bringing it down. We'll go through the box scores during the next timeout or during the end of the game. We got Hug Porty, Yabusele, Diawara, Kolek, and Clarkson in the game. Love to see that. Kolek dancing with it, gets it over to Clarkson. Clarkson to pull up 3, can't get it to go. We got to get Mo Diawara baskets. Come on, y'all. What are we doing? What are we doing? Grady Dick, raising in the corner to Battle. Kicks it out. Dancing with it. Inside the Mogbo. Gets the layup. Can't get it to go. Hug Porty. Good defense not to foul. Yabusele with the rebound. Here comes Kolek bringing it down. Behind the back pass to Yabu. Yabu will settle for the 3. Can't get it to go. Long rebound. Flies out to Hepburn. Hepburn bringing it down. Leaves it off for Abaji. Abaji back to Hepburn. Right wing 3 for him. Can't get it to go. Offensive rebound by Abaji. Gets it out to Grady Dick. He's going to pump fake. He's going to drive it down. Scoop play with the right hand. Smokes the finger roll layup. Looking for a foul call. He's not going to get it. Here comes Kolek bringing it down the other way. Quick crossover down the lane. Puts up the floater. Can't get it to go. Hug Porty knocks the rebound out. Grady Dick able to grab it. 1-on-1. 2-on-1 against Mo Diawara. They can't get out to Hepburn for a 3. That's not what you want to see for a 2-on-1 fast break. He misses it. Here comes Yabusele. This is a garbage time basketball at its highest point right now. They get it into Hug Porty. Hug Porty back out to Yabusele, and it's a turnover. And Tosan Mwoma will come into the game for the Knicks. Probably for Yabu. Probably for Yabu. Teddy Don, what's up, Teddy? Who do the Knicks play next? We will go through it. We will go through it. Hopefully we get one more stoppage and play. If not, we'll go through it after the game here. But Battle gets it over to Mogbo. Mogbo being guarded by Hug Porty. Tries to hit Agbaji cutting back door. Big ball. Remain with Toronto. Matter of fact, we can check it right here. We can check it right here. Might as well. Might as well. The game is over. We got about 2 minutes to go. Check the Knicks schedule. Their next game is going to be against Boston. At Boston, who is playing well. It's a Peacock game. It's a Peacock game. So, nationally televised game, 8 o'clock start time, Tuesday. So we will be doing another game tomorrow. Knicks play Tuesday. Diawara bringing it down, gets it over to Kolek. It is still 92-112. Neither team scoring these last couple of minutes. Again, full-time garbage time here. Diawara jab step 3. Can't get it to go. And Momo with the rebound, though. Back to Clarkson. Chucking up these shots. Hug Porty with the rebound. Over to Kolek. Kolek coming to his right. Step back 3 for Kolek. He can't get it to go. Diawara with the rebound. Knocked out of his hands by Hepburn, though. So the Knicks play Boston at Boston. Road game. They had 2 games at home. Now they're going to go back on the road. And then they're going to come back home for a 3-game stretch there. We got Orlando coming up yet again. It is a Sunday game at 12 p.m. And Woma, good defense on Mogbo to force the miss. We are under a minute to go. Still 92-112. Neither team has scored since the garbage time guys have come in. Kolek driving it down, draws a foul. Hart said Huck looking clunky too. Yeah, he got an opportunity at the start of the year to be part of the rotation and was decent, right? Started the year, right? Literally got the start at the first game of the season against the Cleveland Cavaliers and was a little bit a part of the rotation after that, and we did not see him anymore. I don't know if he's losing confidence or just not as good as maybe we want him to be. He's been given a couple opportunities so far this year. Has not taken hold of them. And with Mitchell Robinson healthy to start the year, like I told you guys, third string big. But even when Robinson misses games, we're not seeing Hug Porty. We're seeing Yabusele at the small ball 5. Battle off all the way jumper, and he got it to go. Both teams finally scored. Kolek got 2 free throws. Kolek dancing with it off the hug 40 screen. Euro steps down the lane, scoop layup, got it to go. Beautiful move from Tyler Kolek. Like to see Kolek get some baskets. Greg Prime said I missed the whole game. It was a fun, entertaining game. They got off to a hot start. Then they got a little sketchy there. They got it to as low as 3 points. Toronto making a little bit of a comeback. And then the Knicks pulled it back out. They pulled it back out. So that will be the end of it. They will dribble out the clock there, and that is the end of the game. Let's go through the box scores. We know we got Boston on Tuesday. We could also, before we go through box scores here, we could also go, actually, let's go through the next box score. We just saw the game wrap up. So while it's still fresh in our mind, let's go through it. Let's go through it. C. Tyler, what's up, C. Tyler? Great job as usual. Appreciate you, my man. Appreciate you. So we can talk about the Knicks, because we've already talked a little bit about the Raptors, just didn't. Not a lot went right for the Toronto Raptors tonight on the second night of a back-to-back. Short travel time, early time tonight. I get all the things, all the excuses Toronto has. They will meet again for the NBA Cup game when it all matters, and both teams will be healthier. Hopefully both teams will be healthier. I don't think the Knicks will be as healthy. They will still be missing Anunoby and Shamet, but Toronto will be healthier going into that game. But for the Knicks, maybe if I showed you guys, I got off of this screen. There we go. And we zoomed in. There we go. Karl-Anthony Towns somehow found his way to an efficient 22 points. 8 for 15 from the field, 1 for 4 from 3, 5 for 7 from the foul line, 8 rebounds for him, 2 assists. He did have the 4 turnovers, which is not great. But he somehow found his way to an efficient 22 tonight. Right? Somehow. Was not a great Karl-Anthony Towns game, but he put baskets in he put the ball in the basket. Josh Hart was the star of the show for the Knicks. 20 points for him, 12 rebounds, 7 assists. He did have the 4 turnovers, but that's fine. We'll live with that. He did have 3 steals to try and make up for it. Josh Hart, like I said, the star of the show tonight. On a night where Karl-Anthony Towns wasn't great, the captain, Jalen Brunson, wasn't great. 6 for 19 from the floor, 18 points for him. You know? 5 for 5 from the foul line, only 1 for 6 from 3. He did have 6 rebounds and 7 assists. So, you know, the thing I always say about Karl-Anthony Towns, things we talked about all night long, even if the shot is not going down, find other ways to be impactful. Jalen Brunson did that because he is a superstar in this league. 6 rebounds, 7 assists for him, only the 2 turnovers, which is great and whatnot. Shot was not falling. Found other ways to be impactful on the game. Deuce McBride, 14 points for him. He got us off started early. Did not do a whole lot after that, but he came through. He got us off started. Gershon Yabusele came into the game, knocked down a 3. He ended up with 7 points tonight. That'll help his average and his percentages. 1 for 3 from 3-point range will actually help his percentage because he's not very good at all so far this year. Mitchell Robinson off the bench in his 17 minutes, 2 points. But boy, oh boy, did he just dominate the boards. 15 rebounds for Mitchell Robinson tonight. 7 offensive rebounds for Mitchell Robinson. And when they put that double big lineup out there with Robinson and Towns, it was wraps for the Toronto Raptors. They didn't look back at that point in the fourth quarter, and the game was effectively over. Kolek in his 14 minutes, 6 points off the bench was solid. I like the minutes that Kolek is providing, even if it's in short stints there. And then the other guy was Jordan Clarkson, 21 minutes tonight, 13 points for him, 3 for 10 from 3-point range, 5 for 13 from the field. He has not been a very efficient player throughout his career, but hopefully, he will be a little bit more efficient because he's getting nice open looks playing alongside guys like Josh Hart, Bridges, Brunson, Towns. He's getting nice open looks. Kolek is delivering him nice passes. Doesn't have to take the contested shots that he sometimes takes, but thus is the Jordan Clarkson experience. We know this. So, solid night all around from pretty much every Knick. They had their moments, even if it wasn't great games all around. And again, Toronto, they battled back. They made it interesting, and then the Knicks pulled right back away, as they should have. With that being said, we can go around the league real quick, and then we can pick out a game for tomorrow. I have an idea of what game I want to do anyway, but we'll go through it together. The Celtics did end up beating the Cavaliers, who now fall to 12-9. Oof. For the Cleveland Cavaliers. Listen, you could always beat the Cleveland Cavaliers at 12-9. 13-6 for the Knicks. And what did I say? What have I been preaching since literally preseason? We went over the schedule before the season even started. Before the first preseason game, we went over the schedule. And I said, I want the Knicks to be 18-10 after Christmas Day, which means they would need to beat the Cleveland Cavaliers on Christmas Day. Or who knows, they can go in there with 9 losses and then lose that game. But if they, after Christmas Day, they play the Cleveland Cavaliers on Christmas Day. After that game, that will be the 28th game of the season. They need to be 18-10. At worst. Obviously, it would be nice if their record is better than that, but at worst, they need to be 18-10. I will take that, and then we'll move forward from there and evaluate them. But I talked about, maybe I should start saying me, because I said this. I said we will fully evaluate the Knicks at the end of November and see what they look like then. Look pretty good. They have their off nights. Not going to be perfect. They're going to have more off nights. Anthony Towns is still trying to find his way. But Josh Hart seems to have clearly found his way. Missing Anunoby for a little bit here. Amy Matrul, what's up, Amy? I missed the entire game, but they won. Absolutely, Amy. It was a fun game. Payne Pritchard, by the way, scored 42. God damn, Payne Pritchard. Welcome to the starting point guard NBA era. He has struggled so far to start the year taking on that role. But the Knicks at now 13-6. They have to go 7-4 to get to my goal of 28-10, 18-10. Jeez. Right? No, they don't. They have to go 5-4. They have to go 5-4 the remainder of the way to Christmas Day. I'll take it. So we will be streaming tomorrow again. The Knicks play Tuesday. So we will obviously be back on Tuesday, 8 o'clock start time for that Knicks-Celtics game. But we will be live tomorrow, and it might be Hawks-Pistons. We might do Hawks-Pistons. 7 o'clock start time. That is the game I want to do. We have Cavs-Pacers. Pacers not very good, although they've won a couple in a row here. 4-16 for the Pacers, and the Cavs really struggling, so maybe not a good time to watch them. Bucks-Wizards. Wizards suck. They should probably get blown out by the Bucks. Hornets-Nets is a battle of the bottom. Clippers-Heat. Clippers suck. You got Bulls-Magic. Could be interesting. Could be. Maybe we just do Bulls Magic. Got Hawks Pistons. Maybe we do Bulls Magic. Anyway, what y'all think? Bulls Magic or Hawks Pistons? Richard puts up way too many stats with Derek White out. That's why I got the numbers. I had him over. Nice grab. I didn't realize Derek White was going to be out. I'll start the poll. For tomorrow's game, what is it? Bulls Magic and Hawks Pistons. So we got Hawks versus Pistons. Then we got Bulls versus the Magic. The reason why I would lean away from Bulls versus the Magic is I just don't have a ton of faith in the Bulls right now making this a game with the Magic playing as well as they're playing. But it is the primetime game that night. It is a Peacock game. So I might lean a little bit more towards the nationally televised game so more people could watch it, right? Obviously, you would need League Pass in order for us to be able to watch Hawks Pistons together. So it probably makes more sense to do Bulls Magic. Maybe I'm leaning more towards Bulls Magic personally. I don't know. I don't know where I fall on this. I think both games are good. I think both games are valuable to watch because we can watch the Magic or we can watch the Pistons, right? Two teams playing extremely well. Two good Eastern Conference teams. Maybe we do both. Maybe tomorrow is the kind of night where we cover both games at the same time. We'll try it. Throw both games up on the screen. We'll try that. Hawks Pistons is winning out so far by a lot. You guys voting? 15 votes so far. We got 300 people in the chat. We got 15 votes. Let your voices be heard, y'all. Let your voices be heard. Touch? What's up, Touch? Now to meet you with yet another super chat, my brother. I appreciate you. Thank you for your generosity, my man. Thank you. Said thank you for the show. Sheffy, you are awesome. Appreciate you now, man. You're pretty awesome. Thank you for your generosity. Just that said, hit the likes button on your way out. Appreciate you. Hit the like button if you enjoyed the show so far, man. I'd very much appreciate it. We'll probably end up doing both. Maybe I'll work right now. A little bit of an earlier end start, right? End of the game at 8:30. So maybe I'll work to set up some kind of setup here where we can watch both games. Maybe we can watch both games. Magic Pistons still winning out. So maybe we'll have the focus on Magic Pistons and we'll have Bulls Magic out on the side. Right? Our focus will be Hawks versus Pistons, but we'll have the Bulls and the Magic on the side screen. Touch said you got my likes. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Just that you can't go wrong with both if one's lopsided. True. I'll prep for both. We'll prep for both. I'll cook up some kind of thumbnail that'll tell people that we're doing both games. That's really the biggest thing about like the thing. The thumbnail for the stream needs to represent what the game's gonna be about. So if I just make a Hawks versus Pistons one, but then we pivot over to Bulls Magic, people aren't gonna be able to find the stream because they're not thinking that we're doing Bulls Magic because the thumbnail says Hawks versus Pistons. So I'm gonna have to make a thumbnail that shows both games. I'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Let the poll run a little bit longer. Actually, the Hawks Pistons winning out. Doesn't seem like we're gonna get too many votes here. Anybody who wanted the votes already voted. So we'll have the focus on Hawks Pistons, but I think what I'm coming out to is we're just gonna do both. We're gonna do both. We'll watch both. We'll have a both on. We'll focus on Hawks Pistons because that's the one that won the poll. So that'll be up on the big screen. Bulls Magic will be on the small screen on side, and we'll just keep track of both. If one game ends up being a blowout, we got the other game ready to go. We'll keep track of it. And then as usual, we'll go around the league. We'll go around the league, especially on nights that the Knicks aren't playing. We can have a little bit more of a focus on a full league perspective. But we will be back on Tuesday with Knicks basketball. That will be an 8 o'clock start time, so we will be live at 7:30 as usual. For our little pregame rundown, Knicks versus Celtics. Celtics putting together a couple of nice wins, 11-9 here. Jaylen Brown has been spectacular, 29 points per game for Jaylen Brown so far this year. We will run through it. As usual. But the Knicks, and the poll. Knicks have pulled out their fourth straight victory. Coro White, appreciate you, Coro White. Their fourth straight victory. They will have another tough matchup against the Celtics on Tuesday, looking for their fifth straight victory. Let's go ahead and end our night. The Knicks win it 116-94, 22-point victory. Shout out to all of the channel members. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us tonight. And of course, always supporting the channel. Thank you guys very much so. Very generous of you guys. If you would like to see your name up here on the finale, on the scroll here, go ahead, become a member. I very much appreciate it. Thank you guys. I Like Shoes, Amy Machua, Ronnie Saunders, AP, K. Hazy, Kinohara, Justice's dad, Lionel Moniz, Coral White. Appreciate you guys, man. OKC, Namar, Darnell, Nick Yak, Touch. Appreciate you guys. Susan, of course. Appreciate you guys. Thanks for hanging out with me. Remember to brush your teeth before bed. Stay hydrated. And get your full 8 hours, y'all. Get your full 8 hours. And I appreciate y'all. Thanks for hanging out with me. Good night, everybody. Bye.